Okay, guys. Whew. Whew. I think it's all working. I think. I just wanted you guys to see a momentous occasion. I'm trying to buy my my first Doom Eternal badge. This is important. What's going on here? I got plenty of proceeds in my account here. I think the cards that I tried to buy were not available at that price, but here we go. This is very exciting. First step into a larger world. Oh, what does that mean? Oh, okay. We'll just tack another penny on there. You know what? It's worth it. It's worth it. Let's try this. Oh yeah. So yeah, like I said before, my wallpaper is it's a rotation of a bunch of old memes, some of which may be a little spicy, but this one's fine. That's fine for now. Hey, Super Bosnian pal, how you doing? Thanks for the reset. Take this prime. It's too dangerous to go alone. I agree. Oh, goddamn! Please let me make this badge. I gotta unlock more cards. See, I got the level 5 badge for Original Doom, and I'll be goddamned. I'll be goddamned if I'm left out in the cold right now. Good old Steam, though. Steam can't even hit a base level of functionality at the best of times. There we go. Too bogged down. What's your favorite song and why is it BFG Division? It's actually, you know what? BFG Division is the most, like, approachable, but I tend to like, I like Vega a little more from Doom 2016. Is this permadeath? No, I'm going to be playing on normal Nightmare, which is plenty bad. Don't worry about that. Yeah, so just had to unlock the ability to get more cards. That's important. And let's go. Oh, you love the Dark Stream? Nice. Yeah, it went pretty well. That was really fun. Excited to play. No, permadeath looks awful. I'm gonna be honest. So there's like extra life mode, where you can essentially play through the game, like Ultra Nightmare, except you do have extra lives. But it turns out Ultra Nightmare is actually not. You don't get any extra lives. All the extra lives are just full armor, and that's it. And if you die once, you die for real, and that's how it goes. Sorry guys, I'm making sure that the looks like the audio's coming through. Gotta wait for the okay. You starting over? Yes, I am starting a new save, which doesn't actually matter because the game. It's interesting the way it breaks out difficulty. Oh yeah, there's the Doomicorn skin. I gave Amazon my data for that sweet skin. Should I play as Doomicorn? Oh shit. TMBJ Jack 998. Thank you for gifting all of those subs. I'm not doing Ultra Nightmare right away. I have to beat it on normal Nightmare first, which is not easy to do. We saw like 1,000 people did Ultra Nightmare on Doom 2016 and said not this time. Yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm gonna try it, but beating this game on Ultra Nightmare is orders of magnitude more difficult than 2016 was, and 2016 was very hard. It is tough for me to wrap my head around how it's possible at this point. Extra life mode, maybe. So that was the slot we started for drunk. So yeah, Ultra Nightmare, one death and you fail, and it's just Nightmare, which is God. Is there an Ultra Nightmare achievement this time? I think there is. Well, I don't know if there's an achievement. It's tough. There are milestones in the game that get you like experience on your profile. As far as actual achievements, let's see here. Complete extra life mode with 10 extra lives. Complete the toy collection, codex, Slayer gates, weapon mods, battle mode. It doesn't seem like there is, or maybe it's one of the hidden ones. So hold on a second. So this, like, the in-game achievements are different than the, like, achievements, if that makes sense. And I think there might be one for beating it. Yeah, complete the campaign on Ultra Nightmare. So, you get a nice little skin so everybody knows you're bringing the heat. And then Steph's back there playing Animal Crossing, yeah. What makes it harder? So, I'll give you the abbreviated version because I kind of went into pretty big detail in the YouTube video, but the game is just all around faster. The AI is way more aggressive. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing with my webcam in the wrong spot? The enemies are, they're just flat out faster, like their land speed is faster. The AI is more aggressive, so not only do they attack more, but they'll actually circle around and cut you off in the arena. So in, thank you architecture. So like in 2016, if you were running if you had a route, you could like circle the arena. And by and large, if you like hit your shots, aside from enemies spawning in front of you, they wouldn't really catch you. They'd all kind of fall in line and chase you, which is, pretty classic Doom, if I'm being honest. Eternal, they will break away, loop around, and cut you off where you're going. So you'll be running backwards and killing demons, and then you'll just stop. And then you'll take damage, and then you'll die. So in Eternal, like, you can't just run backwards and be shooting at things. The arena fights are harder, too, because you can't just, like... The minions, the imps, and the zombie soldiers spawn nearly infinitely. Can't read the text where your camera is now. What text? There's no text down there. What are you talking about? Oh, you mean the subtitles? I can shrink it. Or maybe I should just leave it over where it was. The arena fights, so... What I found in the arena fights is there were a lot of fights where I would try to play super safe, so I would stay away from the clumps of demons and stuff, and I would just pick off the little guys as they kind of fell out, thinking that, like, as long as I'm picking off dudes, then I'll eventually beat these battles, but that's not the way it works. If you're just picking off minions, they will keep respawning, and the fight will keep going. You have to take out the medium to large demons, which are like the Cacodemons, the Mancubuses, and stuff like that. They're slower than the minions, so they tend to be closer to the middle of the pack, which means you can't just run away from everything and pick off the little guys that happen to break away from the pack of demons. So you have to get in the middle, you have to mix it up, and you have to be able to survive with demons surrounding you. Yeah, you have to be 100% mechanically baller the whole game with no crutches. Exactly. And that's not even accounting for the mechanics they added in for recovery, because they make you use that too. You have to be chainsawing, you have to be flame belching, you have to do it all. Yeah, Voodoo, I might as well switch to classic gun. Yeah, you run out of ammo very quickly. All right, let me check subtitle placement here.
All the evil that hell can conjure. All
yeah, I am super covering the whole thing, huh?
Kind can produce. We will send unto them. Only you. Rip and tear until it is done.
How about this? For the lore run, we'll have the webcam over here so we can all appreciate the lore. Once we 100% know the lore, and we're just going in for mechanics and difficulty, then we'll switch back to classic Doom, so... No, this is lore. This is lore and Nightmare. It's like 100% collections getting into the lore. So, oh yeah, so let's open with the lore. Doom 2016 ended with you destroyed the Hell Portal, theoretically severing our reality from Hell. Samuel Hayden put you back on suspended animation because he didn't want you destroying Argent energy in this solar system. Because kind of like a tech magnate, a Mark Zuckerberg type, he didn't want you destroying what he saw as the evolution of mankind. He's not wrong, but he's also very wrong. So that's kind of where Doom 2016 ended. Doom Eternal... God damn it. So we don't know how the Doomslayer got out. We don't even know the nature of why he was removed for a minute. We don't know where the Doom Fortress came from. His, like, orbiting hell castle. Clearly Earth lost because Samuel Hayden was not able to keep it contained.
The target is marked, but the signal will not hold from...
In terms of other questions, oh my god. There's a fucking little magical wand. Roroni, thank you for the big cheer, dude. 666 bits! Yeah, these cutscenes are gonna be something else. Okay, so also open questions with Doom 2016. Who is the Doomslayer? What happened to Argent Dinner? You get some bits of that in the last level of 2016. Essentially, De Grav convinced the Betrayer to allow demonic energy to access their If I'm being honest, I do kind of like the prologue of 2016 a little bit more. Of you waking up in the sarcophagus, and then the elevator with Samuel Hayden being like, "Look, all right, things are bad, but don't flip out." I like the wind up of that a little bit more, if I'm being honest. But this game gets you into the action a lot faster, so it's hard to say that it's a bad call. Weapon mod, equipment. Okay. I realize I don't use the 1 key, but it's kind of awkward to hit, so I don't really need it. And then there we go. Yeah, the prologue of 2016 is just so good. But yes, Doomslayer's a big gay icon in Doom Eternal now. You can see his little pink. Oh yeah, we're already getting lore. Look at me not reading it. Oops. Let's see here. Possessed by the influence of hell, these once human underlings that follow in hell's ranks are those that have been corrupted and deceived by its power, forsaking their own humanity. Those who have fully succumbed to hell's control cannot be saved, becoming mindless, grotesque contortions of their former selves. 2016 had a little bit more lore about the zombies, basically that they kind of operated by some kind of hive mind, and they would kind of drag a bunch of bodies and viscera into a pile and worship it to open portals to hell. Yeah, oh, okay. You got some lore already. Modification of the Praetor suit. The arm-mounted Doom Blade is designed to increase the Slayer's short-range striking power. Strong enough to sever demonic flesh and bone, the blade's serrated edge allows the Slayer to break through enemy defenses and attack where conventional weaponry is ineffective. So yeah, we don't know. Have you been invaded by other players? That's not in the game yet, Kitsune Creations. They announced that a while back. I kind of missed it too, but yeah. Player invasions will be coming later. Right now they have... What is it? I think it's called like enhanced demons or something like that. So a demon that you kill might go into somebody else's game as a powered up demon. But yeah, they don't have player invasions yet. I'm looking forward to that though. That's gonna be fun as hell. Have you started the new season of Castlevania? No, I actually almost finished season 2. I just watched another chunk of it when I worked out this morning. Combat shotgun. Despite a wealth of armament options for the modern combat specialist, this trusty workhorse remains a firm favorite among operatives. When matched against superheated plasmoids or Gauss-driven projectiles, the ballistic impact of the combat shotgun holds its own. The simplicity of the design ensures the weapon is extremely quick and reliable, yet the vast array of ammunition types make it versatile and flexible. Colloquially, that is such a hard word to say, known as the crowd appeaser, a locked and loaded combat shotgun will pacify even the most riotous of assailants. Ooh, secrets. So, let's see. What was I going on about? Yeah, we don't know how the Doomslayer got the Doom Fortress. We don't know what the Doom Fortress is or where it came from. We don't know what he's been doing. I guess for me, what's curious is, like, did he just wake up again? Because why else would he not... Like, if the Hell Priest was this easy to find, why didn't he kill the Hell Priest a long time ago? Hands off your face. I just took a shower, but you're right. I gotta get out of that habit. Is this a blind run? No. I have beaten it already on Ultraviolence, but I have not played it on Nightmare. I haven't read all the lore, so part of it is blind. As the renowned weapon masters of the Night Sentinels professed, it is the warrior that makes the weapon great. Albeit an unconventional choice, the chainsaw has become a staple of the Doomslayer's personal arsenal. For the kind of work that requires enemy dismemberment, the chainsaw is the right tool for the job. It's weird too that on Ultra Nightmare you still have to do these tutorials. That's kind of disappointing. Because I know that I'll be doing them a lot. B-Dub, thanks for the resub. I love the implication that basic human guns still scare the shit out of demons when in the hands of the Doomslayer. Yeah. There are some overtures in this game that the Doomslayer is sort of supernatural, which, I mean, is kind of obvious. It's interesting. There was even a little bit how, like, in the, with like, basically humanity broken and 80% of the human race wiped out, basically the remaining people have just kind of abandoned any pretense of like scientific objectivity. They're like, yep, no, this is the religious end times. We are being killed by demons and God, and we have to rely on the Doomslayer to save us, kind of thing, which kind of makes sense. Even in Dead Space on Impossible mode, there were tutorials, so go figure. You can disable tutorials. Oh! Well, shit! That's easy. I advise it too. It was that easy. Does that also take away, like, warping to that practice ground? Shit, man. Look at me complaining about things I didn't even look into it. There will be Animal Crossing eventually. I'm gonna play Doom until I can't stand it anymore. And then I'm gonna start my Animal Crossing town. I'm excited. Okay, let's not die in the first room now. Fuck. Oh, we got Imp lore. Use bullets to stop thief in his tracks, thanks. Scavengers of the underworld, imps are among the most common of beasts found on the scorched surface of the hellscape. Lesser demons of hell, the imp possesses limited intelligence, driven only by a hunter's impulse to seek out prey, a task for which the imp is naturally suited due to its innate capacity for violence. As a result of these attributes, the imp makes for an ideal foot soldier and is often deployed in the warring legions of hell, easily manipulated and controlled by commanding highborn demons at the behest of the sovereign chapters. Some little lore nod there. It is common for the imp to appear at the front line of an offensive attack, an expendable resource unleashed in great numbers to overcome and break through the enemy front. What's up, Invincibility Frames? I'm at my best friend's wedding. I'll let you know if I bomb my best man speech or not when I get back. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Stay 6 feet away from people and wash your hands. But yes, best of luck on that speech. I'm sure you'll kill it. I do appreciate that they kind of list out the explicit weaknesses too. Once the frontline infantry fighting to protect Earth from a demon invasion, the Hell Soldiers have been claimed by darkness, turning them against their fellow soldiers in the midst of battle. So yeah, the fodder enemies in most encounters, like in most of the big arena fights, will respawn infinitely, because they're kind of there to both be kind of an ever-present danger, but also to give you something to chainsaw, to flame belch, and to glory kill, so that you can you have to constantly maintain your resources while you're fighting the larger boys that we will see very soon. God bless the liberal auto aim on that sticky shot. God bless it. Yeah, rebuilt. The nightmare in this game is no fucking joke. It really isn't. I mean, I would have said that about 2016 too, but it's on a whole other level here, and I love it. I legitimately love it. It's funny because a lot of the things that I would say, Hugo Martin already said, because he made the fucking thing and he understands it. I just love that in a lot of the interviews he would talk very explicitly about the concepts of game design and the sort of almost philosophical approach they took with the game's mechanics. Namely that, like, it's not hard to make a game hard, right? And I remember there was even I think it was the No-Clip interview, Hugo Martin was like, yeah, you just put in a ton of hit scan enemies, make them do a lot of damage, and boom, your game's hard. But that's not interesting. Like, it's not interesting to just kill the player. You have to create a system where they have to make decisions. Diablo Jedi, thank you for the resub. Oh baby, we got some more. Hell Barges. Oh, shit, sorry. I do appreciate that they have this like awesome concept art here now. So, the Hell Barges are castles carried by giant demon dudes stomping through. What's up, Dilrev? Just check my Dead Space install. No option to turn off tutorials. Ooh, well, that Doom Eternal is up a point there. Best hard is forcing the player to their comfort zones. Yeah, I would say it's showing the player an end state, but also along the way making sure they understand every beat that got them there, so that they want to play again to fix those mistakes. Suburban All-Star, thanks for the sub. Atop the mighty thralls, the Hell Priests oversaw the invasion of the mortal world. The Thrall, slave titan of the underworld, carried the priest temples into the wake of battle, providing the priests with vigil of Hell's advance from a strategically impervious emplacement. From their temple perch, the priests would emanate a powerful psionic influence, imposing greater coordination among the chaotic forces of Hell and increasing their battle effectiveness. The Thrall, possessing superior resilience, proved indestructible by conventional weapons, thwarting all attempts by Arc defensive forces. Only by severing the priest's psychokinetic tether could the Titan be neutralized, an act that could only be accomplished by infiltration of the temple itself. Who cares about tutorials? Just clicking on this stuff to get rid of the... You gonna doom Leper 6? I'm gonna doom! So yeah, he talks about how his soul is guarded, and then Doomslayer uses one of these tokens to presumably remove that protection, whatever it is. And then when he kills him, he sees this vision of, like, the Hell Priests doing some shit. Maybe that is a flashback to Doomslayer's past. Doing Ultra Nightmare? No, just normal Nightmare. I gotta beat it on Nightmare first before I try to beat it without losing any lives. You kidding me? So yeah, this is a playthrough for funsies. This is Nightmare, where basically I intend to learn the systems, get all the lore, get all the collectibles. So I guess that's the thrall that just dropped this.
The demonic consumption of Earth has been reduced.
Look at his guts hanging out.
6.8%. There are 2 Hell Priests remaining.
There's our boy. There's our big boy. Look at his little demon butt. The butts in Doom Eternal could be bigger. I mean, that's always true though, so what you gonna do? Oh, you're playing alongside Dorav, just got the BFG? Nice. The BFG's weird. I don't want to spoil anything, but I don't understand why they gave you 2 super weapons in this game that each have their own resources. They operate differently though, I guess, so it kind of makes sense. That's something I didn't really get into in the review, but was a little confused about. You can kind of see the remnants of the Ark War. Ark is like the... I don't want to spoil anything. Ark is the Earth Coalition that tried to fight the invaders of Hell, powered by Argent Energy, which means they were quickly able to sort of develop these ridiculous war machines and giant giant mechs and stuff like that. But clearly, it didn't matter. The demons won anyway. Layla Combe, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. We're just having a nice time playing some Doom and reading lore. I thought both Superwins shared a resource. They do not. Big Moose. They have separate ammo types. Cacodemons, though. Cute little Cacodemons. Would you consider doing a Doom lore summary video? No, because YouTube sucks dick. I could, but that would require writing a script and editing a video, and that would be... like, that's 4 hours of work for maybe $60 of ad revenue, and it's really just not worth it. It's much easier and more fun and more productive to just use that time streaming. Total Life, thanks for the Prime sub. Oh, you guys are playing Animal Crossing? Nice. I'll get there eventually. Once Doom humbles me, because I'm playing on Nightmare. What's up, Ola Seth? Hey. Hunters of the Slowlands. Slothlands? Jesus. What is that? Lore! The Cacodemon lurks the bottomless and murky depths of hell in search of easy prey. An aimless wanderer, the Cacodemon is mostly devoid of cognitive abilities, sensory awareness, and otherwise commonly occurring impulses. Driven only by a singular desire to feed, the Cacodemon is likely to appear wherever there is flesh to be consumed, bringing with it an insatiable propensity for hunger. It is said that the Cacodemon bears some resemblance to the cycloptic titans of ancient hell lore, leading Sentinel scholars to believe that the Forgotten Titans may yet live on in some disembodied form. Okay, so I guess the lore is, written from the perspective of the Night Sentinels, or written from the perspective of a human person that has discovered all of the research that the Night Sentinels did, and certainly we'll get into the Night Sentinels later. Just have a lackey edit all these Doom lore moments into a single lore video. That is still not worth it, because I'm gonna pay that person, and that just wipes out all the money that I would have made off the video. So why do it in the first place? It's seriously not worth it. There's no way that it's worth it. This is all pretty cool. Jeez. Did you do your review playthrough on Ultraviolent? I did, yeah. The lore is Vega? Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, well, I mean, this is explicitly Vega. Okay. That makes a lot of sense, Trey. Yeah, that Vega would be kind of narrating the lore to you. That was the case, largely the case in Doom 2016, too. Sleep Fodder, thank you for the Prime sub. Nearly 60%. Well, I should do my Vega voice when I'm reading it then, huh? I'll try my best. How do you get that pink Slayer skin? It was Amazon Prime, lore loot thing. There's a prompt in the game to connect your Amazon account to unlock it. Nearly 60% of the planet has been consumed by the demons. That's not very vague-ish, whatever. With the rate of expansion increasing each day. The majority of the world population died in the first month of the Hell invasion, following the catastrophic failure of virtually every man-made system. Military response was immediate, but only marginally effective at providing safe retreat to civilians, with many fortified locations cut off from outside communication. Facing overwhelming opposition, these makeshift fortresses have gradually fallen to the growing demon presence one after the other. Large portions of the Earth's surface have become uninhabitable, with swarms of demons scouting the globe and most regions suffering from an atmosphere that has become infected and poisonous by process of some form of alien terraformation. So things are bad on Earth, if that wasn't obvious. Got buildings floating. Everybody gangster until the buildings start floating. And then the Doomslayers got to come through and kill everything. Needs that robotic reverb, yeah. I'm sure I could install an OBS plugin or something, but I don't want to mess with it right now. Just had a stray cat sneak up on me in my room while I was listening to your doomsplaining, and it really scared the crap out of me. Yeah. What? How did a stray cat get into your room? What did you do? And she just left the door open? Yeah, I think a big part of this run also is, God, it's cool too because it implies like really, really cool scenes that you didn't get to see of all these mechs just beating the shit out of a bunch of demons and then eventually losing. That was always the cool thing about Doom 2016 is they'd implied a lot that happened off camera. And what you saw was just kind of one part of a whole thing. Don't forget secrets. Did I already miss the secrets? I did. Ugh. Good, Trey, thank you. Thank you for keeping me honest. How did I forget the secrets?
Has been terminated. The demonic consumption of Earth has been reduced.
Scared the bejesus out of me? Yeah.
There are 2 Hell Priests remaining.
Wait, what? Always check your map, yeah. I'll be poking in and out of that map quite a bit. As I try to find shit. Does it tell you where secrets are on the map? I mean, it'll show you a loose hint. Like it'll put a big old question mark there, but that doesn't mean it doesn't tell you exactly how to get there, so. Yay! Flip! There's always, I guess at this point, there's interactions of Doomslayer having fun with his own toy. Cute little guy. I'm gathering that literally everyone's gonna ask what difficulty this is. I mean, it says it in the title, kind of. I'm confused as to why the Hell Soldiers are fighting the demons, then they both turn on you. The implications... They don't ever, I think, explicitly say, but I think the implications are that they're not smart. They're just kind of like told to fight, and nobody cares who, because the demons are basically limitless. So the Hell Priests basically whip everyone up into a frenzy, then let the demons go, knowing that they'll just kill everything they see. And when there's no humans left, they just start fighting each other. But it doesn't matter. Who cares? There's just gonna be more demons, so... Yeah, Bill Pax, that's the implication. It does seem to be raw instinct. Also, demons love fighting. Shit. Is there a settings option for classic view mode? What you mean with the gun in the middle? Because yes, there is. God damn, didn't see him there. I just don't have it activated right now. Fuck. Still do that attack, man. My Doom leveled up. We got some more lore. Don't worry, guys. The lore pacing will slow down a smidge once we get more into the game. Arachnotrons are built with a genetic material recovered from the remains of the original Spider Mastermind. Oh, the last boss of Doom 2016. Huh. Bioengineered for cyber augmentation. While its actual body exhibits only limited mobility, the oddly cerebral qualities of the Arachnotron make it a prime candidate for the impulse-controlled prosthetic frame that it now permanently inhabits. The UAC facility responsible for the Arachnotron's creation, intended to engineer and weaponize demons of their own design, was overrun after an outbreak occurred inside of its assembly plant, killing everyone inside. The facility, still operating under the directive of the administrative AI, continues to manufacture Arachnotrons autonomously. God damn it! That happened so much, or there were so many beats of that Doom 2016 where the UAC was like, oh hey demons, what if we experiment on them? Oh, we made it invisible, cool, oh it got out. And everyone dies. Michael Stylo and Wabba Labba Ding Dong. Sorry, I might have added too many there. Thank you guys for the Prime subs. Sleep Fodder and Total Life, thank you guys too. Demon infighting is a nod to the original. Yeah, where they'd fight each other because if they happen to attack each other accidentally, demons could change target. Demons could fight each other as a result. Yeah. I remember back when everybody was dead set on hating Doom 2016, one of the things they kept bringing up was like, the demons don't fight each other! Which they do, actually, in 2016. It just doesn't happen that often. But it was actually a game mechanic in the original Doom. In some levels, you actually straight up didn't have enough ammo to kill everything, depending on what difficulty you were on, so you had to make them fight each other, trick them into shooting each other, and then you just leave the room. But, yeah, you're right. It is sort of also a spiritual reference to the legacy of the game. Rampage and Why Me, Why Not? Appreciate your Prime subs, guys. Ooh, heavy cannon. A common complaint of users of this punch-packing conventional weapon is the weight, as most of the component parts are forged in tungstronium, a proprietary alloy developed to withstand the enormous stresses imparted by the optional exploding dart ammunition. However, the additional weight makes the heavy cannon an ideal sniper rifle, as swaying and tremors are mitigated by the massive bulk. That's what they called me in high school. Trigger management is of the highest priority when using this weapon, as self-inflicted gunshot wounds are common thanks to its no-pull reflex trigger system. Cool. You ever read the Doom quadrilogy? No, I've never read any of the books. Thanks for saying how easy ultraviolence is in this game. Did I say that? I had heard the game was so much harder than 2016, but you convinced me to try ultraviolence, and I'm loving it when I usually play HMP. HMP? I don't know what HMP means. Oh. Hurt me plenty. Gotcha. Heard the reason hell invading Earth is because this old man and his grandson gone and fucked the time of reality? Not really, no. There's a much more literal and direct reason that Earth is getting invaded that they actually lay out pretty cleanly in this game. Okay. Thank you, Regisplitting. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's this game pulls off challenge in the right way, which I couldn't be happier about. Just could not be more pleased with. Yeah, and Steph's playing Animal Crossing in the background. I'm telling you guys, this is basically the perfect day. So this doesn't mean we're in Philadelphia, does it? Just because there is a bell? I don't actually know anything about it. Yeah. Doomslayer's motivation is they killed his bunny. Skip. I can't remember the name, damn it. Andrew, thanks for gifting subs, man. That's a choo-choo. It's time for hype. Time for hype train. Which means now is the perfect time to pay it forward. If you've been gifted a sub, why not consider gifting one yourself? Provided that you're doing okay and everything. I know that times are a little shaky for people. This is the West Coast. Oh, okay. Oh, was there like a map or something? I guess maybe whenever you were when you were warping in, it might have geographically pinned down where you were. Shit. Whoa. Gotta arc it a little more. Nope. There we go. Fuck. Shit, man, I got stuck! Whoa. Oh, you learn on the ship. Gotcha. Yeah, I got the Doomicorn skin. It's something special. Daisy, yes, thank you. That was the rabbit's name. Doomslayer was the original John Wick, it turns out. Let's see. A walking brain, yeah.
The fruits of our labor.
Freaking UAC lady. You want us to call it Lauren's Secrets? Sure. This is, beating this is gonna be a communal effort. I guess give me a second. If you can tell that I know that there's one there and I'm trying to figure it out, maybe give me a beat, before I, bash my head against the wall too much.
Around you. Witness the beauty of the world we have created.
There's a Daisy Easter egg in the level you get Dash. I mean, there's a Daisy Easter egg. I mean, it's not even an Easter egg. It's just right out in the open. There's Daisy on the Doom Fortress. Game feels too new to backseat. Yeah, I mean, that's a thing. But I also don't want to miss anything, so it's, you know, balancing act there, I guess. Use your judgment. Is Doom Guy's appearance cognizable, or is it just cool skins? What is that? I don't... cognizable. Like, do people in the game react to it? Because they do not, if that's what you're asking. Already been up here, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right, there's an extra life back there. Customizable, no. So far it's just skins. Like, you can't change individual parts. Ooh. This again. Although several 100,000 more were safely evacuated out of orbit in the mass exodus following the invasion, the expected odds of survival is considered unlikely for many of these lifeboats carrying cryogenically frozen passengers. Religious iconography and communes are now commonplace amongst survivors, with the collective perception of events taking on a biblical nature. Many seek authority from a higher power to rationalize the sudden destruction of their world, believing these events represent a form of divine punishment. We figured out why the Fortress or Doom is a thing? Not yet. I mean, there might be lore in the game that I didn't read all the lore the first time I played through the game, because I was just like, I need to finish this and get the review up in time. Which was a pretty marathon editing session, but got it done. So now I'm kind of going back through the game at a more relaxed pace, and also on a harder difficulty, since I can take the time to die a lot. Didn't quite have that liberty before. Man. This game's okay. Did you know that Hideo Kojima created Doom? Did you know that? Because he did. It's true. It's revealed early on. Alright. People were backseating pretty hard for a game that wasn't out yet. Yeah, it's Oh, there's another temple. I didn't see the movement before. Look at it. Just stomping around. Carrying a fucking hell priest on his back. I see lore for your one man. I don't know that there's lore for the one-ups. Doom is always kind of 2016, and I think to another degree this game has always had an interesting and complicated relationship with how explicit lore gets, because parts of it are just like, hey, it's a video game, don't worry about it. Like, yeah, there's health on the ground, there's med packs just strewn everywhere. Whatever, man. It's a game, you need health packs to deal with it. Whereas they do explain a lot of the other aspects of it. One of the things I really, really appreciate about the game is that so often it's one of the few games that, even though I don't care, doesn't have the, what is it called? Everyone was so hot on this phrase, and it made everyone feel so smart for a little bit. Where, like, your actions in the game are distinct from how people talk to you in cutscenes. So, like in Uncharted, you know, you kill 80 people, and then they, like, then there's a cutscene about people freaking out about maybe killing one person in a story cutscene, and it's known that the story and the gameplay are in different realities, kind of, or operate in different rules, or have different representations for the dramatic sections of it. That's not really the case in Doom. In gameplay, you kill 1 million demons, and then in cutscenes, people treat you like you just killed 1 million demons. Yeah, thank you, Christian. Ludonarrative dissonance. That's the hot phrase everyone was so excited for. Michael Stylo, thank you for the big cheer there. Floopy Drooper, thanks for the resub. Canister Cop, and Nick Horizon, Canister, thank you for gifting a sub. That's how we pay it forward here. Nick Horizon, thanks for the Prime sub. Yeah, ludonarrative dissonance, man. If I never hear that phrase again, I'll be happy. Everyone was so proud of themselves for figuring out that games tell stories in nuanced ways. Jesus Christ. Yeah, it's a hell of a buzz phrase. I shouldn't rail on it too hard, but boy do I get annoyed how thinking snooty game journalism circles will all settle on one thing to talk about, because a lot of them are just hobbyist writers, so they don't really have like a full understanding of like dramatical systems. I don't either. I want to be very clear, but I at least keep my mouth shut about topics that I feel like are maybe a little too academic.
Of Earth is a necessary step on the path to a brighter tomorrow.
10th annual blood drive. Demons need blood. I know what Ludo means because of Kojima's Homo Ludens. Yeah. You want to talk about a game that was definitely like had shades of. I don't understand why. Like, so Doom Eternal is Death Stranding is exactly the kind of game that you would think people who love dissecting alliterative devices would dive way into, because there's tons of that in that game, and yet most people were just like, I don't know what people were like. It was weird. I thought Death Stranding was going to be the perfect game for like snooty intellectual game journalism articles, and I didn't see a whole lot of them, which I'm kind of bummed about, if I'm being honest. I was kind of hoping, I was like, finally, the one game that actually deserves this level of pseudo-intellectual snootiness, and you guys don't deliver. You're just too busy wringing your hands about Uncharted or whatever. I don't know. I shouldn't strawman so hard. But thank you for the sub hypes. Appreciate that. Thank you for the hype train. What's up, Andrew? Love solo grind. Having him having the time to make cool reviews and stream full time. Yeah, I don't know. It was a lot of grind this week. There was a lot going on, dude. The Drunk Eternal stream, the Doom Eternal review, the Indie Games expose, and a couple of other projects that unfortunately nobody's really seen yet, but I'll be back to work on next week. Let's see, White Light's 7-hour review. No, I have no. What? No. No, good God, no. Ew. No! What? Is that a joke? Who would review a game for 7 hours? That's not good reviewing. Like, that doesn't respect the viewer's time. That's just you trying to say every last thing you possibly can. Maybe I shouldn't say before I know anything about it. Shouldn't be talking shit. Jesus Christ, though. Fuck. Disco Elysium ruined every other game story for me. It's just that good. Yeah, I still need to play it. I need to play it badly. Look at me. Look at me being all high and mighty, and I haven't even played Disco Elysium. Whoa! Damn it. Garp. Love that sound. It's so goofy. Shit. So I think in the early fights you can still get by like picking off the tiny boys. Oh! Okay, boy. It just regenerated. That was not good. That was in fact bad. Oh, thank you, Andrew. Yeah, I have reviewed games for so long and seen so many other people's reviews that I have certain, like, almost. I mean, you wouldn't. Okay, so now it's my turn to get pointlessly like pinky in the air about it. I have a certain philosophy about game reviewing, which is that like the goal of a review should be to tell the viewer whether or not they are interested in the game, and not necessarily what you think. That's implied, or that's implicit, of course. You have to include your own thoughts and opinions, but it should be presented in the form of like, here's information and judgments that will help you decide what you think. I get annoyed when reviews are like more reviewer-centric, of like, this is all about me and my thoughts, and because that's what you're here for, right? You're here for me. And it's like, I don't think they are, though, actually. I think there are some reviewers, like Angry Joe or whatever, that mix enough entertainment and bits into their reviews that it is like that. But I think by and large reviews should be serving the audience and not just a platform for the reviewer, whoever they happen to be, to impress everyone with their incredibly accurate video game opinions. Yeah, as objective as possible. I do know that it's funny because I am kind of on the side of, yeah, you should try to be as objective as possible. For me, the way what that takes the form of is like, if I present a subjective opinion, I then present the supporting information that drove me to that subjective conclusion. So that if somebody maybe does or doesn't agree with it, I give them the context to know whether or not they agree with it. So it's like, here's what I think, here's why I think it, and you can decide whether or not you agree with that logic. And then you have the tools, whether or not you agree with my subjective opinion, to decide whether or not this game is still for you. Because if I say it's bad, and then all the reasons I say it's bad, you're like, wait, I would like those things. Then you still come away with information you need. You still, like, the review has still served its purpose. The goal is not for you to agree with me. The goal is for you to have what you need to decide whether or not you want to buy something. No, I'm not a particularly huge fan of zero punctuation. I think that they're well written, well edited, and well delivered, but I do think philosophically it is kind of the opposite of what I like in reviews. Yeah, Dr. Innuendo, I did in fact. Thank you, Kaylee. Okay, let me check that map. Make sure I got all the goodies so far. Looking good. It's so hard to play this game without dash. Hey, Redden. Yeah, that's... The thing is, like, I do think that once you... And I certainly had I hate to call it a phase, but I certainly had a moment where, like, I believed that I had played enough games to know that there were certain right and wrong things about game development. I still think that there are some precepts that are universal, but...
Thank you for your support during this...
Who's your favorite reviewer? Me.
Suffering continues to inspire us.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't consume a lot of reviews. I used to, until I kind of got tired of the way a lot of them were done. Oh, I haven't been drinking water, you're right. Thank you, Stolas. Actually, is that a Dragon Age reference? Did you say that you liked Angry Joe? I appreciate Angry Joe. That doesn't mean I like him. Doesn't mean I dislike him either. I'm kind of neutral on him, to be honest. I appreciate the work he puts into his videos, and I think he managed to carve out a space in YouTube, which is very hard to do. I think he delivered content people wanted to see, and as a content creator, that doesn't happen by accident. So that's kind of where I'm at. I do think he's well, I won't get into it. Gabriel Gallegos, thank you for the resub. Broken Reel, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate you guys. And hey, thanks for watching. Just gonna throw that out there. I'm such a dork for video games that I love playing them and I love talking about them with people, so this is my heaven right here. Oh, Angry Joe's mostly on Patreon now. YouTube's bad. Which I think the assumptive logic from that is that, like, well, it's YouTube's fault. I don't think that's the case. I just think there's too many people on YouTube. Yeah, creators can't rely on YouTube anymore. It's because everyone's on YouTube. Everyone. Like, this is kind of natural selection. There's only so many ad dollars to go around, and every time there's a new content creator, that zero-sum pie gets another slice. And it wasn't sustainable. Like, infinite growth is never sustainable, so it's got to hit a balancing point where there's not enough money to go around, and people find other pastures. So that's kind of it. I'd say it's both. I don't know. Pinning it on YouTube is too easy, I think. Especially, I think they've done as good as they can, given that they are running a free platform open to the entire world to upload content to all the time and monetize. The weight of that is intense. Okay. So this is starting to get into lore I haven't read because I started to fall off somewhat quickly. Personally, I think he's one of the more honest reviewers. Plus, you always have multiple takes on certain games. Because of everyone else, yeah. Honest is an interesting thing to put on a reviewer, though. I have never seen a reviewer that wasn't honest in that they often say what they think. I think the problem is a lot of reviewers get caught up in the meta commentary of video games and games culture. I think in addition to reviewers writing about themselves and trying to make themselves prominent in their writing or their video delivery, I do also think there's a whole slew of reviewers that write reviews for other reviewers. Like, they just want to be known and respected by their fellow games journalist academics, which is the worst fucking thing. I can't stand that. I read so many reviews that were clearly written for other reviewers to read, and I'm like, this is trash. Stop this. But when I told people about it, they didn't understand what I was telling them because they didn't know they were doing it. Yeah. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam Zagregor, for... Oh, that's an interesting name. Thank you for the Prime sub. But yeah, what I would worry about is a lot of people mistake being negative or being critical with being honest. Because if you're positive about everything, then clearly you're bought off. But if you have the bravery to say that something sucks, that seems like honesty because and then it's a race to the bottom. Like, the more negative you can get, the more honest you seem compared with everyone else, which is kind of Angry Joe's style a little bit. Incidentally, I don't think he's doing it on purpose, but I think that kind of lends into it. All right, formation of the Ark. Following the total collapse of international civilization, nations and boundaries as we know them have ceased to exist. A handful of remaining bureaucrats, government officials, and military leaders have managed to survive by use of protective bunkers kept secret to the greater population. Convening under the flag of the Allied Nations, this governing body represents all that remains of the rule of law, forming what would essentially become a single world government. Military bases in communication with the AN have made... Oh, Allied Nations, okay. I was curious. I saw AN referenced in another thing, and I didn't know what that meant. Oh, with zero punctuation? Yeah. All the reviews for Doom Eternal were bought off. I mean, yeah, sorry. Yeah, Element T. He's going out of his way to try and change microtransactions. Well, I take issue, too, with commentators that go in on easy targets. Because, again, I'm tired of people pushing their desire as some kind of righteous cause. I'm protecting the children. You just don't want to pay money, dude. And it's a video game. Sorry. I don't know. It's like, yeah, it's annoying. Don't buy it. Don't pay for it. But if other people do, what right do you have to tell them they're not having fun? Yeah. Basically, Dr. 11, yeah. Mythic Dragon, thanks for gifting a sub. Very much appreciate that. Military bases in communication with the AN have made efforts to regroup and centralize their areas of command, establishing fortified safe havens for survivors, stockpiling food, and scavenging for supplies. Only proprietary military use communications remain functional, enabling military entities under the command of the Allied Nations to coordinate in humanitarian aid and defense operations. By 2151, the formation of the Ark has taken the highest priority and is considered to be, in all practical terms, the last hope for humanity. Would love to know what you think would be a good review, what it should contain. Warranty, I kind of just said all that. So I don't know if maybe you weren't here for that. If you weren't, I can try and summarize it for the sake of everyone who had to endure my rants before. Oh, and the Bethesda basically blacklisted him? Yeah. that's how it goes. Media companies don't have to be your friend, especially if you're being outrageously negative about their product. I mean, justification notwithstanding, there's ways to say that something's bad without going in on it, like trying to be as hurtful and negative as possible. You don't have to like it, but at the end of the day, it was still something made by a lot of people who put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think that deserves a base amount of decency. To be fair, I didn't see his video or whatever. I kind of didn't care because yeah, it was things like 76 are just an easy target, and then it's a race to the bottom to see who can go in on it as hard as they can, because that's what the audience wants. I guess I should also kind of disclose that in all of this, I don't blame any of the creators. They're doing their jobs. Their job is to get eyeballs. Sensationalism, I guess, like you had said. So, yeah. And the thing is, like, to a degree, I did it too because I had to. You know, when we were managing Insight Gaming, going in on Stadia, Anthem and Fallout 76, that got the views, and that's my job. So, but the thing I always tried to do is just like, oh shit, this fucking room. You can go in on somebody, and you can like call a spade a spade. I don't think anyone expects you to like sugarcoat anything. But I think there's also going a little too far. You can punch a little too hard. And then you're just like, again, you're doing it for the illusion of authenticity. Which is actually not that illusionary now that I think about it. If that's the way the audience feels and you're the one sort of representing their anger, then there's nothing wrong with that, really? Shit. Oh. Whew. Sorry. Oh, that was a big whiff. Hot whiff there. Fuck. There. Fuck, I'm out of ammo. I need a minion. Ah, thank you. Shit, man. It's gotta be almost... Shit. There, fuck. God, another one. Just went through 2 lives, just like that. Oh, there's a Cacodemon behind. Shit, I'm out of ammo. Yeah, the Sarah Sinzelman, I agree. I think the map implementation in 2016 and also internal is awesome. Yeah, Strike Death, I've finished it before, so this is not a first playthrough. I have beaten the game, but I'm going back through to get all of the secrets, pick-upables, the lore. Of paramount importance is the lore. The thing that sucked most about Anthem. Oh yeah, you could see the potential. Yeah.
Forget about the future. To suffer is to be present. Man,
there again. The subtlety is gone. What little subtlety 2016 had, it is gone. It evaporated. I feel like there had to be some meeting at id Software where they were like, remember all those times we held back? Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. I want you. Oh, okay. I guess I have to fall down from above. That's one of the cool things too, and one of the things that I really appreciate about id Software and their level design is usually when you see a secret, you can also see the way you're supposed to get into it from the place that you see it. So they tease you, and then they give you a hint about where you need to go and what you need to do to get it. Very cool. Look at that. You doing a nightmare? Yeah, Bread Boy. This is a nightmare run. Nightmare run, 100% attempt, basically. Getting all the goodies, getting all the pickups, reading all the lore. Really digging in. Digging in and appreciating every last aspect of the game. and it's also kind of an information gathering playthrough to sort of figure out what mods and shit I'm gonna have to use for an Ultra Nightmare run. Or I'll probably do Extra Life run first, the one with the lives, before I fully give myself over to the madness and try to start beating this game on Ultra Nightmare, which is, man, it's just mean. There was no reason for id Software to do that, but they did it. Ow! What's the point in hiding hiding the fact your company's evil when the entire world's a cult? Basically, yeah. I guess that's true too. Like, even in the universe, the fact that subtlety is gone, it kind of makes sense. Yeah, Obifizzle, I'm using the Doomicorn skin. The, wow, I got very lucky there. The ultimate tool of the Ultimate Slayer. Oh yeah? You gonna start your 100% Nightmare run? Dude, same. I've been looking forward to this all week, no joke. It was a bit of a bummer, a little heartbreaking that, like, PR... Bethesda PR actually did a huge solid and actually lifted the streaming embargo on this on Wednesday, which is why everybody kind of started playing it super early. I couldn't, because I was working on other projects, goddammit, which was kind of a bummer. Of all the weeks, man, this is the one. This is the one where I had off-stream, a ton of off-stream work to do, but I shouldn't complain because I have work, you know. That's, there's a lot of people out there who would kill for opportunity, so I am blessed to have it. Oh! Where are you? There you are. Oh, okay. What difficulty did you beat it the first time? Ultraviolence. The second to hardest. And this is now the hardest. Fuck! Well, I mean, it's the hardest difficulty. There are other modifiers about the game that can make the game even harder, which I will be exploring in the weeks to come. So yeah, the Maker were referenced in Doom 2016, but we never really saw them or learned what they were about. I'm gonna humble brag for a second and say that a lot of my lore guesses about the Maker and who they are and what their agenda was actually pretty on point. We'll talk about it now, but the lore will be there. Oh, the first two tyrants at the Slayer Gate. I mean, I murdered him. I was on ultraviolence at the time, so in the years to come, you mean? Yeah, probably. Yeah, Edmund. I think. So there's two versions of kind of Ultra Nightmare in this game. There's Extra Life mode, which is Nightmare, except you can get extra lives, and when you run out of lives, you're done. And then there's Ultra Nightmare, which doesn't have extra lives, and if you die, the game's over. I would have already been done. That one fight would have gotten me. I would have been out. So I think I got everything so far. This is the Citadel I'm getting on. Is it? Hold on. I want to see it. Oh, there's my little demon man. It's floating. I guess shooting a stream of hell energy to float. It's also chained to the ground, so I guess it doesn't float away. And there's our demon boy stomping away. Gotta be jacked to carry those things. Eternal or 2016? You just mean as, like, which one's better? Eternal. There's nothing about 2016 that wasn't improved on with Eternal. I could see somebody stylistically liking 2016 more than Eternal, but mechanically, in terms of the scope of content, the quality of that content, everything is better in Eternal. It is a true sequel.
The ring of Hell Priests is located just above your location. My scans indicate there is a lift at the center of this facility.
On Ultra Nightmare, there are no extra lives. That's correct, Bread Boy. On Ultra Nightmare, all the extra lives are just armor. You can go to where they are, and it's just a full suit of armor. Is it better than sex? That depends. It probably lasts longer. Depending how much whiskey you've had. God, this looks so cool. Like mountains? Is it the same voice for Vega? Sounds a tad different. I think it's the same voice actor, but the performance is a bit different, yeah. Do you feel like it might be difficult to go back to Doom 2016? It is. I tried it. Because I reviewed it, and then I played Doom 2016 on Tuesday, I think, because the embargo wasn't up. and I just wanted to stream it a bit before before Eternal came out. And yeah, the playing without dash is hard. It's hard to go back once you get used to dashing. A small butt demon boy is supposed to be Atlas, or is there some lore for him? There is. Those are just the thrall that are bred huge so that they can carry around the temples. Oh yeah. Oh yeah! I forgot! You don't have to reload saves if you miss secrets anymore. Because you have fast travel now. Hell Priests, yes! So I'm actually super interested in the Hell Priests. De Graaf was mentioned in 2016 as being the one who basically led to the downfall of Argentinur. The main door, did you miss something? Oh, I'll check it out. I'll look at it in a minute. But yeah, cool stuff. Vega was the only thing Doomslayer decided to spare in 2016. Yeah, that was always an interesting little character bit. Powerful practitioners of arcane magics, the priests have warped their powers to suit their insidious purpose, harnessing the dark forces of hellish psychomancy to prepare Earth for the final blood ritual. By blood were the Hell Priests bound to the dark ritual which now consumed Earth, and so long as even one of them lives, the consumption of Earth would continue, allowing Hell unfettered rule of the mortal world. Only by destroying the priests can the blood ritual be stopped and the Earth saved. So what is the blood ritual? Guess we'll have to find out. Oh. Not every tentacle has one inside. Fair enough. The subject of great scrutiny for arc scientists on Earth, these hell growth formations have appeared all over the planet, taking hold wherever hell has made its presence known. Forming chaotic, seemingly random structural patterns, the propagation of hell growth has taken root at an alarming rate, exhibiting a cellular reproduction cycle that arc scientists fear may become impossible to contain. The resultant environmental effect is extremely hostile to terrestrial life, producing atmospheric biocontagions and a multitude of organic hazards. Wherever these nest-like formations emerge, they are protected by swaths of defensive tendrils, long, thorned tentacles that demonstrate keen awareness of their surroundings, fully capable of disemboweling anything that it deems to be a potential threat to the nest. Cool. Yeah, Doom's lore is metal as shit. It's even more... Oh yeah, Hayden is a douchebag. And, yeah, I guess maybe we'll get to Hayden eventually. Oh, there's more lore. Custom built to fit the Doomslayer's Praetor suit, this shoulder-mounted ordnance system is modified to serve a variety of combat roles. Designed as a universal munitions platform, the equipment launcher is capable of altering its armament configuration with the press of a switch, activated by a reflex sensor located on the interior of the Praetor suit's gauntlet. In its flame belch configuration, the launcher spits a gout of fire exceeding 1,000 degrees Celsius, setting even the sturdiest of demons aflame. While in its grenade launcher configuration, the launcher fires a traditional UAC model frag explosive, a projectile-based payload not dissimilar to that of the Ice Bomb, wherein the launcher fires an EYE C-40 gas canister to flash freeze nearby targets. Neat. Subcontra and Gamer McGee LP, appreciate your Prime subs, guys. So yeah, it appears that there is one secret that has not been gotten. Oh, you were calling it a Predator suit? Close enough. Yeah, there's not a whole lot of full acknowledgement of, like, where the suit came from and who gave it to him or how he got it. They do show some elements of his origin in... Oh, there we go. That's our last lore for the level. Hell yeah. Dag Nelox. Nice. Oh, you can kind of see him in human form, too? I guess back when he was Argenta and not corrupted by satanic energies. Yeah, the chanting is intense. Join the stream without washing my hands again? Well, everyone keep away from Backstabber. As long as you're not Back-Toucher. One of the 3 Hell Priests, Dag Nelox, is charged with ensuring that Hell's invasion of Earth succeeds. He prefers to operate on the planet's surface, working in his unholy barge carried on the back of a demonic titan. This provides him an elevated mobile position with which to oversee the campaign against humanity. Spiteful and cruel, Nilox, or Nilox, I don't know, frequently captures civilians alive so that their still living blood can be harvested for his occult rituals. Delightful. All right, that's all the goodies acquired. Let's smash that exit button. Thought the wretch gave it to him and then Seraphim gave him his power. I think you got that backwards.
Outside
The wretch gave him his power,
she is by all accounts
and a seraphim gave him the suit. But, like, what does the word praetor mean? And who made it? And how can it be upgraded? And, you know. Yeah, no, Meladet, Doomslayer was a Ninth Sentinel for a stretch. But Doomslayer's history is broader and longer than that.
This stops nothing! The sacrament of this world to the great Khan Maker will be made, and the energy will be restored once again.
As it is written, from the souls of the non-believers.
You will not save them from...
When will Drunk Eternal go to? Did you mean YouTube? To answer the implied question, so Bruce and I are just going to post the full thing. Alana is working on an edit, so she will have a YouTube edit.
You cannot interfere.
God. So we're timing it so we don't post before she does, just kind of as a
To give service to us.
as a
You cannot
collaborative thing.
the will of the Khan Maker.
activating the portal now.
For it was you who was meant to enforce it.
Interesting. So, if you read into the implication of that, then Doomslayer was granted his powers to enforce the will of the Makers, which you will learn more about later, from what their motivation is and why they're sort of complicit in this invasion of Earth. Praetor, plural of praetors or praetores in ancient Rome, a judicial officer who had broad authority in cases of equity, was responsible for the production of the public games in the absence of councils, exercised extensive authority in the government. Oh. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Tezada. Hey, I'm not cranky. Thanks for the resub. Glad to hear you're not cranky. That's important. Of course, the menus have an abundance of explosions and shotgun hits and shit. So there is a sort of like battle pass thing going on, which is weird because this is separate from Doom level, and I don't know what Doom level does because yeah, there's this. So it can get a little crazy with the layers of like Magic Meadow. Oh, actually, hold on. I want to see that. So is Khan Maker the creator and ruler of the universe? They seem to be the dominant life form for now, is kind of the idea. Yes, beautiful. God damn it. Well, that's something. Is that a little pedestal? My god. That's all for multiplayer. The skins, the Doomslayer skin reflects in the campaign, as you saw. But yeah, playing as all the other demons, that's battle mode stuff. Do we know why and how Doom Guy is so jacked? There are implications in this game, yeah. So the Slayer is in Argenta. The Slayer spent time in Argenta, but yes, existed before that. And that much is alluded to in Doom Eternal. You definitely see a lot more about, or you get more hints about who Doomslayer was and where he came from before joining the Night Sentinels in Argenta.
I do not have the means to locate the second Hell Priest.
Which the dude skin was in this game?
The locator is missing.
The dude skin is literally in this game. Hold on.
We will need a replacement.
It's absolutely in this game.
I completed the redesign of your equipment launcher.
Actually, wait one second. This deserves celebrating. Doot. Yep, he's got a little trumpets. So, yep. Oh, men in the campaign. Gotcha. Okay. I guess it would be neat if like the skins you put on the enemies reflected in the campaign for all of these guys. But I think they're all default. That might be actually a visibility problem of like they designed the demons with a specific like silhouette and color palette. What's up, Drewski? How you doing?
I've completed the redesign of your equipment launcher. The flame belch is now ready for your approval.
Yay! Give me this. But does the skin play notes when you shoot? I don't know. I haven't tried out battle mode at all yet. It wasn't active until pretty recently. So Yeah. I don't know. I wonder. I wonder now if it might actually be safer to go with ammo first.
The portal is activated and ready when you are.
Because I feel like I've died more to spontaneously running out of ammo than I have to running out of health. Or rather, I run out of health because I run out of ammo and I freak out. So we'll see. Part of Slayer's Club? Yeah. I did stuff on it for a year and unlocked some exclusive skins. I joined it. Oh yeah, there's also this.
This is an ARC broadcast. There are reports coming out of the quarantined hellified zone near the San Andreas Chasm.
Okay, it was...
Satellite imagery show what ARC personnel believe to be the
I guess it was LA area then.
Slayer himself fighting the mortally challenged. The Doomslayer, or Doom Guy, as he is sometimes referred to, was thought to be
Canonizing Doom Guy.
a sort of avenging angel. He was last reported on Mars and is allegedly responsible for the destruction of the Argent Tower there. He disappeared soon afterwards. The UAC continues to deny all reports of his existence. We will continue to broadcast new information as we receive it.
Yeah, mortally challenged. God. Remember, there was a brief amount of hand-wringing that, oh my god, is it software making fun of our SJW terminology? I'm like, guys, this is why no one likes you. You've got to have a sense of humor. It's like, you can try to be inclusive with your language, but also laugh when there's a stupid joke like that. Yeah, when the demons get so PC woke. I mean, the implication is that, like, it's part of, the implication that I read into it is that, like, the UAC, is trying to, soften the idea of being demonically invaded to people who weren't, people who are not indoctrinated yet. Just beat the game last night. Marauders are so fucking stressful. Ricky, thank you. Dude, I've been waiting for somebody to run into the Marauders so that I can compare notes. Because, yes, the Marauders are horrible. I love them because they change the texture of the game so profoundly, but damn, dude! The Marauders would exasperate me. I'd be like, what do you want from me, Marauder? God. What's up with the huge time skip? You mean between 2016 and Eternal? You could also see it as how corporations adopt the language of progressiveness in order to seem less evil while being completely evil. That's a really good, yeah. That's a really solid a really solid take too. Actually, I kind of like that a little more. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with this spectral wolf boy. Aroo! You would think with all the booms Doom Guy makes, it'd be impossible to deny his existence. It's the power of propaganda for you, I guess. What's my favorite cocktail? I don't really have one. I like variety. I've been getting really into egg white cocktails lately, mostly because I started making them at home. A little gin fizz for your ass. It's delicious, and presumably there's maybe a little nutrition in there. What the UAC should do is get a bunch of celebrities to make a montage where they sing a song to lift people's spirits while the invasion is going on. Yeah. Don't worry, imagine all the demons. Like, you're watching it on your phone while an imp is chewing your arm off. Like, I feel much better now, thank you. Okay, let's hear about Exultia. So, yeah, this is starting to get into the part of the game where I haven't really read all the lore. So this is a translation from the Ligra Soltagenta, the Book of Kings. And so, good. At least when there's lore that's not coming from Vega, they kind of tell you the perspective, because I feel like that's important sometimes, based on what people say and how they say it. There's supposed to be Codex lore about the Spirit Dagos. Well, then I guess we'll find it. I want to make a mojito out of green tea lemonade? Oh, dude. That sounds awesome. That sounds really awesome. What treachery comes from our darkest selves, driven by greed and want? For I have been deceived by the Daig. Oh, is this from the perspective of the betrayer? They came north with I, the priests, as allies to our cause against the Khan Maker and her unscrupulous methods. Their silvery tongues wagging, they laid a plan for us and sowed the seed of desire for hasty triumph. They claimed knowledge of the Maker's source of power in the demon realm. a vast foundry of souls where the innocent are put to the fire for the essence. So they call it essence. I think they're referring to Argent energy. That's what the OAC calls it. In the foundry's destruction, our victory is assured, they told us. And the fools that we were, that I am, believed their lies. On their word, we sent the Doomslayer and the Night Sentinels to destroy the foundry, and the priests cast a gate for their egress. As the last veteran entered the demon's empire, our final hope of reclaiming our dominion, the Daig closed the path and left them stranded. They were trapped, lost in the eternal void by the actions of the traitors. How could I not see their intention? Am I blinded by grief for the loss of Terras Nabad, of my people? We have fled again, with barely a legion of the Night Sentinels left to protect us. The Daig are gone, returned to their mistress. May the Wraiths forgive my failure. Okay, so yeah. So Exultia was a planet colonized by the Argenta, it seems like. I'm presuming this is from the perspective of the Betrayer. Argenta culture had the Wraiths that arrived on like a meteor, if I'm remembering my 2016 lore. So Argenta Neuro, peaceful planet. A meteor smacked into it and Wraiths flew out and everybody's like, what the fuck? And then like magic energy started making everything really funky. The intention of the Wraiths was never quite known, but like they learned how to live with it as like just weird and sort of inscrutable gods, that they had this weird magical energy. So they learned how to harness some of the Wraith's power, I think. And the Night Sentinels were seen as both protecting the Argentans from the Wraiths. The Betrayer wasn't a king, this is the king's perspective. Okay. The Book of Kings. Yeah, I guess it does imply that a king wrote it. So the thing is then, so the Wraiths were protecting Argenta from demons, like they had like a shield up or whatever. Nick Cage, thanks for the 36 months, 3 whole years. That's a lot. So interesting. So we get a little more detail on what went down, which I guess is because the priests got corrupted. They convinced the Betrayer to, I guess, lower the protections or something in exchange for his son, which was then changed into the Icon of Sin. This stuff will all be kind of brought into. Okay, gargoyle lore. Oh, I didn't know that. Blasted out of mid-air to instantly trigger a stagger. Huh. Like their imp brethren, the gargoyle is an agile, relentless pack hunter. Native to the Sentinel world, this beast has plagued the Sentinel Guard for centuries. As one of the few demon breeds that could bypass the walled defenses of Sentinel Prime, the gargoyle could appear without warning and claim hapless townspeople before disappearing into the wasteland. Only the most skilled marksman of the Night Sentinel could intercept this aerial threat, a peril which demanded an ever-vigilant watch over the city's perimeter. Is Argenta a city or race of people? It is it's a couple of things. It's a race of people, the Argenta. Argent Denur was the name of the dimension they came from, and also seemingly the city? I don't know. Nevith, yeah. 10 away from nice. Nice. Holy shit. Good to see you, Jen. But yeah, 10 months, everything will be nice. Appreciate the reset. That's a long time. Betrayer is the boy you find at the end of this level. Yes, they kind of call him that directly. I've heard a lot of people be iffy about rogs and drinks, but it's pretty much zero risk. Same with eggnog, especially since you age it for a couple of weeks, so salmonella is surviving 50% alcohol that long. Yeah. It's not a... I guess, yeah, you just gotta put your disclosures out there. Consuming raw, undercooked eggs, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I forgot I have the flame bilge now. There we go. Argentinur was a planet. That seems to be correct. Yes. And then they kind of refer to the people who were on that planet as Argenta, even though it also seems that the people from Argentinur were on other planets like Exultia. Which is interesting, because you kind of get a better look at what their architecture and... Oh shit, we're not done. Ah, fuck. I can't dash yet, fuck. What that all looked like before they got corrupted by Hell, which is what you see in 2016. The Hell Knight, warrior beast among demons, has earned its place over the millennia of service to the eternal archdemons. Ooh, archdemons. I don't think we've really heard about those before. As imposed by the sovereign houses, Hell Knights have long served as barbaric enforcers of the Netherworld, impelling lesser demons by way of brutality. Rare among demonkind for its innate regard for primal orders of hierarchy, the Hell Knight exhibits adherence to the prevailing rule of its demon masters. So there they're kind of saying that there are demons who are smart enough to actually follow orders, and the rest of them are just mad and attack whatever they want. So I think they're kind of saying that that's... If you read between the lines, I think that's why they're kind of saying that demons attack each other fairly frequently. Oh, free mind, you gotta go? Cool, well thank you for the luck. This is an Ultra Nightmare lore run already. Just Nightmare, not Ultra. I would already be dead if I were on Ultra Nightmare. Requiring little compulsion on behalf of its highborn masters, Hell Knights readily serve the elder Hell Gods for the extent of their lifespans, reaping great satisfaction in the way of war and desecration. How are you into the game right now? I mean, how far, Husbust? I am on the 2nd level, so not very far. Oh boy. Oh, well, that's interesting. So secrets don't count as these. Secrets are just not really counted. If you get all the pick-upables, that's considered to be 100%, but I guess secret areas aren't really tracked. Are the codexes for returning enemies copy-pasted from 2016 are rewritten? I'm pretty sure they're rewritten, because in 2016 it was kind of from the perspective of what the UAC knew at the time. Now it seems like Vega knows more about the history of what happened and where these demons come from and what like demon, I hate to say it this way, but demon culture is like. So there are differences there. Blood Punch is a pretty great ability. I went so long not wanting to work it into like my rotation or my battle planning, but it is vital. Maybe it goes over 100%? That's true. Maybe it does. Could you imagine? Over 100% playthrough. Can it be done? Yeah, I'm excited to read about Marauders, because I fucking hate those guys, but I want to know more about them. Shit. I love that sound effect. Yay. Blood Punch seemed to just blend in for me. Yeah, you don't need it until you start dying all the time and you have no idea why. Blood Punch is really important to knock down some of the medium to larger demons quickly. So like, if there's a Cyber Mancubus and you have a narrow window of opportunity to actually do damage to it when you're not getting swatted by a bunch of imps and shit, you need the Blood Punch, because you can meat hook in, Blood Punch, Super Shotgun, Arbalest, Super Shotgun, and that usually takes care of it. And just being able to run a combo on something and deal with it really fast is so important, because they have, yeah, I keep forgetting about Flame Belch too. It'll all take back in. How do you get the black version of the unicorn skin? I didn't know that existed, so I don't know. Apple Day 885, thanks for the resub. Happy Doom Days. Yes, these are happy Doom Days indeed. Yeah, I'm excited for the Slayer Gates. So, let's see here. Yeah, the Mouse 2 one gets really important once you get the Super Shotgun, because then once you're meat hooking, it goes slow-mo. And that makes it actually a lot easier to hit skill shots and stuff. Yeah, to drop health from Blood Punch. Yeah. Dropping health from Blood Punch, having a Blood Punch regenerate faster. Why exactly are people hating this game? Is that happening? I guess there's bound to be some corner of the internet where somebody is bravely striking off and saying, no, game is bad. But I'm not familiar with that, if it's happening. I tend to not allow myself to simmer in any kind of negativity like that. If I like a thing, I'm not going to let people going ree on the internet influence that at all. But it is the internet, so I'm sure somebody's out there trying to show how honest they are by hating on it. Yeah, I'm forgetting grenades, I'm forgetting everything. I also am not entirely sure if armor works the same way in Eternal. Like, is armor just extended health? Oh, I saw somebody complain about the ammo count being way too short. That makes sense to me on Dead Penguin. It is done for mechanical reasons that I actually super agree with. I think once you It's there to make you use the damn chainsaw, which is to really just add another resource that you have to be cognizant of, which also complicates the game flow. So yeah, you can do that shit. Damn it. Flame Belch wasn't up. Fucking pop sound when you shoot something in the head. It is it is seriously like a you know, popping a soda bottle or something. It's amazing. There's such a playful spirit about them just fully embracing the ridiculousness and the violence and the gore. It's just so good. Yeah, Hinkelberg, you've narrowed it down. You've figured out how to get clicks on YouTube. Hate on a popular thing. People don't want to be forced into that zone. Hugo kept telling about the interviews, it seemed also. Oh, about like trying to make sure that the mechanics corral players into using all the mechanics they put in the game for a reason. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. I feel like it's shades of like people not liking weapon degradation in Breath of the Wild. It's like, yeah, it forces you to make decisions you don't want to have to make because you want to just shoot things, and pulling the trigger and having your gun go click, that's not expressing what I want right now, so I don't like it. Same thing with like having a stack of weapons that all fall apart eventually. You forgot an orb? You're right, I did. Let me go back and get it. I mean, I'm not gonna get much for it, but I might as well. But the thing is, like, and I've ranted about this plenty, is, see, yeah, that doesn't count. That's not one of the grid here. Mega health? Sorry if that's backseating. Oh, you're right. But like weapon degradation and breaking in Breath of the Wild is really important. Otherwise, you do what you do in Skyrim, which is you find the best sword and then you use it for the entire game until 17 hours later you find one that has 1 more damage and you switch to that. Forcing weapon degradation, making those a limited resource, now means that you have to make interesting decisions about what weapons you use and when, and what weapons you decide to carry with you. And that adds a preparation aspect. Now, if you're gonna go fight a Lionel or something like that, you've got to carry different weapons in than if you were just taking out a Moblin camp or something like that. So the limited ammo pools link in with the fact that different guns have very different and explicit utilities, which means that, like, if you're not constantly chainsawing, which also means that finding minions is important too. So, like, you gotta find shit that's easy to kill, or that you can chainsaw with 1 fuel. So all of, like, those mechanics do lock together. If it were just smaller ammo to make the game harder, I would agree that it's not the best. Not the best. Oh, that sucked. Not the best feature, but how did he get over there? Yeah, running out of ammo also makes you swap weapons. So when you pull that trigger and you hear it click, you automatically think, shit, I wasn't thinking ahead, I'm out of ammo. So, like, you already know you made a mistake, which is good. Like, you know immediately what you could have done better. But then you slip into, okay, how do I fix the problem now? And that's an interesting decision to make. Are there good minions around? Do you even have chainsaw fuel at the moment? Do you have to back off and reassess the situation? I'd argue the large issue wasn't the degradation, but how quickly they degraded. Well, yeah, that was circumstantial too. There were different things that made your weapons in Breath of the Wild degrade quickly or slowly. But yeah, that did seem to be what most people had an issue with, is that if you were on a hard fight, you would burn through like 4 or 5 swords. I kind of liked that, because I appreciated that. Like, I like the idea of Link just beating the shit out of something until his sword broke, and then he just threw it down and whipped out another one and just kept back at it. In my headcanon, it made combat a lot more intense. Not to mention, like, more mechanically interesting than just hit it with your sword until it dies. But I like mechanical complexity, and people don't. Other people don't, as evidenced by the people who like Skyrim. So, you know, different strokes for different folks. I don't know that there's You get weapons all the time. Yeah, you never run out, which is, to me, that's like decent game design. I did run out once, or rather, I went to a shrine that I was definitely not supposed to be in on master mode at the beginning of the game. It was like a master challenge shrine, and I burned through every last weapon I had to kill the like guardian mech dude. But that was really cool. Like, I was seriously down to my last arrows, I think, to take it down, and I just barely did it in time. And that was really fun for me. Like, that was a very memorable fight, and I felt like I kind of earned it. More than I ever did just, like, swatting something with an ice sword for 10 minutes in Skyrim and eating cheese every time my health got low. Any predictions for the Doom story and franchise? I'm still trying to wrap my head around all the sweet, sweet lore that's in Eternals, so no predictions as of yet. But, I'm sure I'll have some before long. Oh, why gear degraded in Witcher 3 doesn't really add anything? Yeah, I don't think that system was necessarily super well balanced in Witcher 3, because I agree, it is just kind of like, well, just hit this button every time you go back to a thing. I kind of feel the same way about like Dark Souls and stuff like that. It's just a way to extract resources out of the player, but like, what's the point? You know? I feel like in other like MMOs or WoW or whatever, like weapon durability is just sort of a tax on the game. It's a way to pull resources out of the economy so that it's not just infinitely, inflating. And those are also rates that they can tweak. So like if there's too much gold in players' hands, you can put in a money sink, which is repairs. But Adam did the secret challenge yesterday. Did you see it? No. No. I'll do it today though. The secret challenge is super easy. Yeah. They don't get very hard until much later. Oh, well there you go. The wolf. Argenta legends speak of sentinel beasts, loyal creatures that lived as companions of the hardened warriors. Often larger, swifter, and stronger than others of their kind, these animals shared instincts with their masters and aided them in battle. The Night Sentinels never shared publicly the origins of these creatures, for only they stood worthy of them. Alright, well, there's your lore. Lore is there is no lore. This is Doomdoggo, yeah. Slayer Pup. I know that there's other goodies in here. Yep. Why do you support yeah. Why do you support ludonarrative dissonance? Or yeah, repairing armor is more realistic. I do think that to some degree people just like hitting buttons and like people like meters that go down and then go back up. I think that's really the rationale behind armor repairs in most games. I mean, there are things like Dark Souls where there are weapons that specifically degrade faster or have lower caps. Oh, yeah. So this is the like intergalactic spike that shot through Argent and brought the wraiths to that planet. Also from the Book of Kings. In the days before man first spoke, an immense shard of rock and metal was cast into the world from the heavens. Thunder and cataclysm shook as the lands and the skies were torn asunder. The cosmic spear cleft a hole through our mortal lands, pole to pole, from the cold wastes of the Umbral Plains. Oh, that's what the Umbral Plains are. Okay, the Umbral Plains were a location on Argent. Assumingly, that's what we're talking about. To the fetid swamps of Iron Fang, the womb of the world opened, and the elemental wraiths, the firstborn, spilled forth. Okay, so maybe the wraiths were inside the planet and not on the spike. Who knows? They took to the skies, fierce in their emancipation. In their exultation, they brought vitality to the land, and all that felt their breath were awakened from eternal slumber. Fierce beasts in an unforgiving biosphere rose in the passing of their shadow as the wraith call echoed across Argent. Okay, it is Argent. All right. So that is the planet. That's the planet where they started, but I guess through the power of the wraiths, they found ways to find other planets? First came the Ancestrals, feral creatures invigorated by the magic of the wraiths. They grew to enormous heights, mighty behemoths who waged war with each other for years untold. Their battles tore the land asunder and destroyed all creation caught in their wake. The Wraithcall continued to spread across the land, and soon the Argenta emerged from the steppes, our souls stirred into form by the power of their breath. Oh. So the Argenta were created by the Wraithcall. God was playing darts and hit the planet. Kind of, yeah. Never played a Doom game before. Didn't know the series had a lore aspect. Curious about it now. Does the newest Doom require playing another game to follow lore and understand the story? Not really for Evermash, because, like, for Eternal seems like it's a superset of what was in Doom 2016. Doom 2016 did have a lot of really interesting lore kind of hidden behind it, and it didn't present itself that way at all. But Eternal is certainly building on all of that. So, for me, like, what I always appreciated about 2016 was that there was just enough in there to imply there was so much more going on, and it was a lot of good sort of like a headcanon fodder. This game is really kind of building on all of that. I haven't been spending my points at all. I gotta do that. The Titans towered over the wild-blooded tribes, but found them uncowed. The secret of the sword was discovered, and in the darkness of sweltering mountain forges, we beat steel until it was strong enough to pierce bone and sever flesh. Thus we came to be, born of rock and fire, lowly in birth, but risen by the strength of our will. By the blessedness of the first ones, we forged sword and shield and took the hammer to the ancestrals. We claimed dominion of creation by right of blood and magic, and the time of man came to be. With the ancestral beasts driven back to their bleak valleys, we rose. We tilled the fertile land, husbanded the beasts of burden, and built towering cities. In the hallowed palace, on the obsidian throne, we crowned King Ormero the Father. Is that a reference to John Romero? Or Mero? It really seems like it. They just swapped 2 letters. The first of the line that shall reign in perpetuity. We built the Cathedral of Reflection to worship the first ones and formed the Order of the Dague, whose priests pay tribute to our wraiths and appease their tempestuous hunger. Okay, so they were part of normal Argenta society at one point. Our sons and daughters chose the path of the sword or the path of the alchemist, for each duty honors the gods. Oh, Austin, I think I missed it. Remember sub-hypes? I do, actually. Yeah, I had to put those down. But thanks for streaming. Hope you're doing well. When you are going to help a lot of people stuck inside. I've been playing Doom 2016, almost done. Nice. Yeah, you gotta catch up. This has to be a reference to id Founders. It kind of seems like it. Yeah. Are there any other names in here? They love doing that shit, man. I guess ever since they had like the heads of the developers in Doom. Though our ways were righteous, we were not without strife. Storms and great quakes cast our spires down. Barbaric tribes laid siege to our fields in search of the great gifts Mother Argenta had bestowed upon our world, and the song of the Wraithcall threatened to drive lesser men into madness. We were not lesser men. We defended that which the first ones gifted to us, our lands and right to the bounty held within. We beat back the barbarian hordes and hardened our resolve. We rose above the fire, our bodies and souls tempered, and an unbreakable will was shaped in the forge of battle. What emerged was the heart of our legion, the Order of the Night Sentinels. If you Google King Ormero, it suggested you mean Romero. Yeah. The first ones? Ah, you're probably right. Yeah. That's gotta be it, right? That's gotta be. You reckon there could have been a way the lore could have been better implemented instead of just the reading? No. Because then, like, what other way do you do it so that people who don't care don't have to interact with it? There's environmental shit. Yay, Dash! But even that has an element of, like, it takes up space in the world. So, I kinda... There is this notion that, like, there's a way to do story that is elegant and wonderful, and it's there for the people who want it and not there for the people who don't. That is a way other than just like text logs, but really, man, it just seems like that's the way. It's either that, it's like optional audio log. System Shock and Bioshock did that, of like, you can hit the button to hear the lore, but then somebody's reading the text to you instead of you reading it yourself. So, yeah, it'd become a dialogue game, which isn't Doom. I agree. It seems old school, but I do think that, like, a lot of developers settle on that solution because it does kind of tick all the boxes. It provides the lore for people who want to read it like me, and it lets people who don't give a shit just move on with their day. Hey, what's up, Jahoopy?
Why are you here?
Oh my god. Why am I sparkling? What happened? Do I sparkle now that I have dash?
It is not yours to take.
So it does seem like the Argenta survive on in some kind of spectral form.
You cannot kill the...
Trashman Eric, thank you for the sub, man.
You know our laws.
I have not played Disco Elysium yet.
Despite their transgressions against the...
Maybe that's Blood Punch, if you have Blood Punch charged?
Still of sentinel blood.
Oh. He doesn't want me to kill the
Here
priests.
with now is bigger than you can imagine.
That's your wand? My magic doom wand.
Written
What's the lore with this king?
time.
I mean, he's I guess, the
If you
spectral impression of the Argenta king.
you are but one man.
He's kind of stuck in...
They are no longer your people to save.
He's kind of stuck in old manners of thinking, which is that you're not allowed to question or challenge the will of the gods, which is to say the Argenta. So maybe they're not gods. Maybe they're just assholes. You ever thought about that, King? Get lore from soon enough? Yeah, like maybe like right now. Looks like there's one right around the corner here. Yeah, look at that, King Novik. Is that a reference to somebody? I don't think so. I don't remember any early id devs, but I don't have them all memorized, so. King Novik ruled over Sentinel Prime for many years as its warrior patriarch, ordained protector of the sovereign Sentinel worlds. Okay, so there obviously are many worlds. It's weird they're calling them Sentinel and not Argenta. So wait, are these two different races? Seems like they descended from primal titans like the Greek gods. Ugh, that's one way to interpret it. The lore says that like the magic swirled and we kind of crawled out of the muck and was given life and form because of the Wraith Call, the Wraith magic. That's kind of their creation myth, though. I mean, for us, who knows, man? Maybe a meteor smashed into some DNA strands and created life. So it's not that far off, really. Or like lightning struck and organized some chemicals into DNA strings and suddenly life became... maybe it's a class system, like Sentinels are upper class Argenta. Oh yeah, maybe you're right. Sentinel's just a subset of the Argenta race. Could be. Let's see here. The Sentinel people, defined by a legacy of war, deem only those warrior caste befit to rule, and in times of battle it is expected that the king lead from the battlefield rather than from the safety of the throne. As is written in Sentinel law, a king unfit for battle is likewise unfit to rule. For millennia, the Sentinel people have secured their civilization against the threat of invasion from beast and human alike. Human. Oh, they talked about, like, barbaric hordes and stuff. I was like, humans? They shouldn't know about humans. Oh. Passing on the mantle of battle to each subsequent generation and refining the craft of war into an art of ultimate mastery. Even in times of peace, the Knight Sentinels remain vigilant, developing new technologies of conquest, each the more capable of securing their dominion across the sovereign worlds. They're space Spartans? Yeah. Well, they're like ancient magic Roman warrior space Spartans, you know? They're not necessarily... Sentinels are their own race and Doomguy is human. Yes. That is a bit of a spoiler, but it's pretty much confirmed that Doomguy is human. In a couple of different ways. Now I got that hot dash. Love that sound. That's interesting. They, oh fuck, right. They give you dash and then they make the floor lava. Doom Guy's Link. It's true. Fuck. Yeah. Shit. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. Got blood punch. Shit. Shit! No! Fuck. It's gonna get me. I don't have my dash. Fuck, man, how much health does this guy have? Jesus. That's what makes Blood Punch kind of tricky, is you have a very slim idea of how much damage it's actually doing. It does a lot, but... Well, they tease so much lore in it. I'm glad they invested so much in the lore in Eternal. 2016 was such a tease. Yeah, yes. Yes. I feel exactly the same way. I'm so glad that they delivered on it.
The Sentinel battery can be used to provide additional power to your ship. Several modules remain unused. Finding more batteries will enable you to utilize the full functions of your command station.
Thanks, Vega. Can't rocket jump. I don't have the rocket launcher yet. Whew. Gotta love those mid-air dashes, man. Especially when you get a Argent energy, Argenta race correlation. Yeah, no, it's very literally correlated, and not in a subtle way. They call it Argent energy because it comes from Argent Denur. That's it. Yes, Solo. Everyone has made that reference. It is not. You. Unfortunately, you were not the first. Let's see. So. I think I've got all the goodies so far. I miss you and Bruce on Funhouse. Yeah, I miss being on Funhouse too, but life goes on. Now we can do other interesting things that are hopefully still fun. I mean, hopefully you catch Drunk Eternal? Maybe some of that old vibes for you? Some of that old feeling back? Oh, yeah. Love the pop sound when you pull their eye out. Yeah, boy, this game really is not shy about just giving you every little, like guilty pleasure thing. Just really, just super, damn it. Shit, I should have chainsawed. I feel like so much of Eternals you gotta like develop that feeling for when it's been too long since you chainsawed and ah! Shit. Did not think there'd be a Cacodemon right there. Ah! Ew! Tipio is still streaming, and nope, I missed Drunk Eternal. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, it'll be on YouTube soon. Also, the VOD is probably on Twitch, on YouTube. I mean, we streamed it to my channel, Bruce's channel, and Alana's channel on YouTube, so it's there if you want to go watch it. My understanding, so. King Novik backwards is Kevon or Kevin Cloud, an artist on the original Doom. Oh, I guess that's pretty close. That might be it. Yeah. Yeah, Nibble. They made the plasma rifle look more like the Doom 1 and 2 plasma. It's even closer in the sound effects too. It's not quite as I always thought the original Doom plasma rifle sounded pretty abrasive, like that. That weird like little like upward inflection when you finish shooting it. So it sounds real chunky here, and I like that. When was Drunk Eternal? I was looking for it for days. It was on Thursday. Sorry, man. I tried. I've learned that like I don't know how to message. I don't know how to get information to people. Like I can put it on Twitter. I put it on Instagram. I mentioned it as many times as I could. So hell yeah. Oh no! Mick Gordon did a stream? Breaking down Eternal sound? No, I need to watch that. Where was that? Was that on like Bethesda's Twitch? Because I know they've been doing a lot of. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I didn't change the name of the video. Yes, I forgot to update that. I need to do that. Thank you for reminding me. I'm gonna write that down on my to-do list. Rename Twitch VOD. Gosh. So many emails. Alright. Is it on YouTube? Okay, cool. Alright, I'll go check that out. Break into people's homes and use their loudspeaker. Yeah. Please. Please watch me get drunk. I thought I picked one of these up. Can I not use it? Oh, maybe it's gotta be charged or something. Yeah, I think I saw his GDC talk about 2016. Fucking algorithm makes letting people know about time-sensitive streams hard. I mean, I'm not gonna blame an algorithm for that. What does an algorithm have to do with it? I think it's more just like people got their own lives, and I can't expect anyone to see an errant tweet or to watch any of the other streams where I mention it. It's hard to get the word out to people, unless they're like following everything you do closely, and I don't expect that. Oh, you got one for the ship. What was that big thing I picked up in the room with the king? Also, I am worried about those tentacles. I don't know how you're supposed to not take damage every time you see one. Like, if you have crazy good reflexes, you can kind of kill them before they hit you, but it never feels like a gimme. Like, it always feels like it's always 50-50, even if you are really fast on the draw. All the Marauders kicking your ass? Sai, is that the case? You got a little Marauder ass kick going on? Huh? Yes, I understand your pain, sir. The Marauder sucks. Twitch notifications are slow to go out, it seems, or I was like 15 minutes late. Yeah, people have had issues with
There's a Sentinel power core nearby.
Twitch notifications for a long time.
Clear a path forward.
Jesus Christ, it's just a pile of bodies you're crawling over. Just a pile of bodies. Oh, something worth calling out. Digital Foundry actually did a really good analysis of id Tech 7. And it's wild, man. What they do in this game is absurd, and I feel like a lot of it just kind of gets ignored, but like, this is not a texture, it's geometry. You're walking over like a bunch of bumbling, like shitty, half-decomposed bodies, and it's not just a body texture slapped on the ground. It's not even like tessellated, it's actual geometry. So the poly counts of all the environments are really, really crazy. It's a weird intersection, because the architecture of Doom Eternal is simpler, but the geometry is way more complicated. So like this is a pretty simple in terms of like the building blocks of this area, and mostly all areas in Doom Eternal. Fairly simple. It's like very basic ramps, very basic platforms. It's kind of blocky and video gamey because this is a video game. But they put so much effort into like just slamming detail into all of the walls and stuff. There's very, very little. It's funny because even though this game doesn't really use mega textures, this is kind of the vision of what mega textures were supposed to be able to do, is to let you just sort of paint down a bunch of variants and geometry details that would then get incorporated into this large asset pool. But yeah, very, very cool. I'm only just now starting to appreciate more and more about Eternal that they did so very right. Hey, what's up, Ingobar? Good to see you again. So even the Sentinels had like giant mechs, and this is kind of, you can kind of tell it looks a little bit similar to the Praetor suit in its design. It's got these weird little like nodules and bumps on it. But they also had like giant mech suits that had arm or hand cannons on it. Big ass Iron Mans. Is mega textures why other games with 200 gigabytes? No, that is not. So, it's actually kind of a complicated answer. And also, mega textures is a specific like tech buzzword that was in id Tech 6 and Rage and Doom 2016. So that is not a like large multiple game spanning technology. That was only in id Software stuff. So this is, I guess, the Argenta welcoming the Maker. In the time of grief, when King Etrex, I have no idea, is that a play on somebody's name? Who knows? Games are giant now because of huge textures and high quality audio. Yeah, so texture compression is a tricky thing. You can make games smaller, but if the textures are compressed, it takes CPU overhead to decompress them to use them in the game. So it's a trade-off between how big the game's going to be and how efficiently it can run, and also like a bunch of juggling about what you can fit on a disk, what you can download, what you can move to a hard drive, and all that stuff. Just bought No Man's Sky, and me and a friend have spent about 15 hours in it the last 2 days. Do you think the hate train affected people's opinion? Well, of course it did. But I think it also had the whiplash when No Man's Sky Next came out, and everyone agreed that it was now a fun game, which I still don't understand myself, but whatever. Lando, thank you for the Prime sub. But yeah, audio. All spoken lines get duplicated by every region, every localization. And then, yeah, assets are just getting bigger. It's just part of it. Ooh, Mike Direwolf. Thanks for the Prime sub, dude. Uncle Michael Gallardi. Sorry I didn't thank you before, but thank you. Morrissey, thank you for the Prime sub. Oh, yeah, sorry. A blessing came to the people of Argenta. White porcelain beings from a world above our own brought gifts to Denur. Observers to our great deeds, admirers of our convictions, they sought to make bond with our swords and bring lasting order to our world. These were beings unlike any we had seen before. Sword and shield held no weight against them, for the ethereal flesh of these luminous beings seemed unbound by mortality. Able to move through time and space, they held sway over all dominions of the known and unknown dimensions. Through their ways we grew stronger, our society bolstered by their infinite wisdom and all-knowing power, assuring our people's safety for all time in this world and the next. Ugh. Where we sharpened the blade and mastered our magic, they bolstered the soul and spirit. Death would no longer be the end for our people. The ones we call the Makers, our new allies in this brutal world, have given us the security in death we fought so hard to achieve in life. We would find eternal peace, and our minds would rest easy with the knowledge that those we fought alongside in battle would join us in the lands beyond the mortal plane. The strength of our ways, the purity of our essence, would by Maker law grant us passage into the great city in the clouds. There, our women and children, warriors and kin alike, would welcome us. So I guess they're implying now how the Sentinels can be this like ethereal form because they, I guess through Maker technology, found a way to have their spirits exist outside of their bodies. Interesting. We adopted the holy doctrines of the Makers, gifted in exchange with the chance to earn eternal rest for our immortal souls in blessed Urdak. Oh, there were references to Urdak in 2016. That's what they consider their afterlife, which I guess is probably a Maker area? Homeworld, maybe? The covenant we held now under the embrace of our new gods fostered a peace we had never known, for they were unlike the first ones, whose presence offered no paradise from fear and the uncertainty of existence in a harsh and unforgiving world. The Maker's embrace was warm and guided us into an era of spiritual prosperity. So I had speculated that when you saw the Eternal trailer and the Makers were talking about how, like, hey, it's Earth's time, get out of the way. And also the way that, like, I don't know. I am pleased with myself for being on the nose about certain predictions that are not quite apparent yet, but will be soon. Basically, it's like all things. It turns out Doom is exactly like Jupiter Ascending. Show fat Spider-Man. So Echelon, you may be referring to the sub gifts that I use. I set up just a ton of random gifts to play whenever somebody subs. So if you want to see fat Spider-Man, you're gonna have to keep subbing. Oh yeah, the Revenant. The Revenant Program. Oh yeah, this was created by the UAC. A bioweapon experiment utilizing reanimated necrotic human tissue was believed to have been destroyed with the collapse of the UAC facility on Mars. However, the emergence of the cultist enclaves on Earth, former UAC deviations now under Hell's direct control, have begun work on a second wave of production of the Revenant Program. While much of the platform's existing weapon payload is preserved as originally designed, the cyber neural programming has undergone modification. Pattern signals are wired to the host's frontal cortex, which in turn stimulate a state of frenzied, unrestrained bloodlust. While these signals are active, the host is incapable of thinking or feeling anything but a singular compulsion to inflict death and violence on the living. Neat. Ooh, plasma rifle lore. Oh, AC Honeys. Or Honus? I'm not sure. Thank you for gifting 5 subs. Super kind of you. If you've received kindness, consider paying it forward. Pay it forward, everybody. I gotta, Bruce does it so effortlessly. I gotta start copying him. Designed by the UAC's Military Tech Division, the plasma rifle is the standard in energy-based weaponry. Firing a superheated plasma in rapid short burst intervals, the plasma rifle is capable of overloading energy-based shielding and liquefying enemy combatants. Hell yeah, it is. The plasma rifle is actually a lot more useful in this game than it was in than it was in 2016. And he's got an emote and everything. Damn. My entire life, I'm just trying to copy what Bruce does with degrading effectiveness. What's down here? What is this? Ah! A little wacky with the jumps there. Oh, wait. Aren't any goodies down here? Where are my goodies? Noah Rain, thanks for the Prime sub. Oh, wait, what? You couldn't chat on the Twitch app for Xbox? You have to like hit the button. Ah! Sorry, you have to like hit A on the chat box to bring up the keyboard. Oh, I would sub nothing? What? Secret door? What, like aside from the one that I just got? Or is it something else? How dare Xbox steal my money? That's my money! It's mine! Yeah, that's true. We're hard gaming first here. Oh, right. You can't sub on Xbox? Pfft. But I guess, okay. Never mind. That's why you gotta come down here. Is that a different skin? Oh, yes, it is. This is the Doomicorn skin, which you get by linking your Amazon account to your Bethesda.net profile, because now Bethesda is in the business of harvesting user data. But you know what? If the price is right, I'll let them know. I'll let them know what I buy on Amazon. I resent it when companies take my data for free. I want them to at least give me something for it. Whether it's a service. That's, you know what? That's ultimately what I find so annoying about Stadia, is that it is a platform to harvest user data, and they ask you to pay for it. Like, man, fuck off. If I'm gonna give you every last bit of, like, the game that I play, you might as well, like, give me something for it. Ask me to pay for the service and pay for games? What? How is this better for me? Nacho Bats, thank you for gifting a sub. Now that is how we pay it forward. Yeah, you got to do it through the Edge browser, I guess, which means I really need to set up a command or something that actually puts up a clickable link, so I can capture all those 6 subs. That's such a simple thing to do too. I just need to do it. Yeah, I know that like everything Google does is harvest user data, but usually they give you something for it. If it's free email or a fast search, like usually they give you something. Stadia, it's like, no, you pay us now. What? I didn't agree to that. Ah. So I won't. What the fuck? If it was free, it'd be too obvious. Maybe you're right. Maybe that is it. Holy shit, I'm in. What the fuck? God. See, did you see that gargoyle though? He was already cycling around to where I was going. You can't just run away and be safe anymore. Fuck, man. Ah. Shit! There's one right there. Fuck! God! You can kind of run as long as you're holding down dash. Like, if you just dash and never stop dashing. Shit! Yeah, I died. So like the blood punch stunned a lot of those dudes and knocked the gun off this guy. Fuck me! Oh my god! Aggo Comics, I saw that shit. That's a lot. Hold on. I'll be with you in a second, sorry. See, like if something were behind me right now, I'd be dead. I shouldn't have stopped like that. Like ever out. 25 subs, dude. Thank you so much for gifting that. I will do you proud by annihilating these demons. I mean, I got 5 lives left. There's no way I'm gonna gun through all those lives, right? Fuck, I'm out of ammo. Come here! Aggo, thank you so much. You were a king of paying it forward. More than King Novik. Who is, I'm gonna say, is just a little bitch. He ain't nothing. Woo! Okay. Just go onto the internet and have Wireshark open. You will see it. So a lot of packets going to Google for no reason. Yeah. I mean, if you're using Chrome, yeah, you're giving them everything. I mean, they have Chromium now, so they basically control how the internet is rendered. They control the way data is processed. Yeah. We get great maps, directions, and traffic updates because we allow them to track us 24/7. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's not entirely nefarious. You get traffic conditions because they allow anonymous tracking of where your phone's at and how fast it's moving. So it's not, like I said, like sometimes you get something for it. And if I'm going to trade away, if I'm going to give them something valuable, which is like my spending habits and my marketability, I want something in return. So, you know, if Gmail, I get free email. Okay. If it's Google, I get a quick index of all the world's information. Not bad. Stadia, I got to pay more money for a like maybe a sidestep in terms of technological ability, and I have to pay for it too? Where's the advantage? The advantage is only for Google and not for me in that situation. I guess if I wanted to play like something on my laptop in a Starbucks, I could, but I can do that now, and I don't need Google skimming my gameplay to do it. Anyway, that's just me. That's just me. They gotta sweeten the pot, man. I don't understand. I don't understand what they were thinking. Thinking that it was just something they could pitch as an end consumer service. Not entirely malicious, but you could give all your info to the most benevolent entity ever and you still feel uneasy about it. Yeah, Miniature Bill. I mean, yeah. I do think it's... I do think to some degree the concept of... Did I miss... I just missed all that armor, man. Oh, well. I think the concept of privacy is pretty much dead. It exists only in people's minds, mostly because they don't understand truly how much they're giving away all the time. Which, if that's how it's got to be, then fine. I guess it was too much to ask that people actually educate themselves about what they're doing and what they're clicking OK to. And is that not the case, though? Fuck, I really want the super shotgun. I'll get there eventually. It can be abused, though. One guy who was a suspect in a robbery because he happened to ride his bike by a house that was broken into roughly at the time it happened. Google gave law enforcement tracking data from people who went by the house that day. Yeah, well, that's... Is that abuse? I mean, I assume they had to subpoena Google for that information. And think about it this way: that data could also exonerate people who were not near it. It is amusing how much location data will bust murders wide open because people just don't think about it. To be fair, most that is known about you is never seen by a human. That's true. It is just collected in a database somewhere and assigned an anonymous identifier. So it would take a pretty coordinated and outright targeted campaign to both find all that data and then connect it to you as a person. It could be done, and I think that's what really disquiets most people, is that it's possible, but most of us are not high-profile enough targets to land on anyone's radar like that. What gets scary is that's presuming that, like, the government is not going to go out of its way to, like, start attacking. I'm not going to get into that. Like, imagine the Russian government that had access to information like that, and imagine that you said some shit on Twitter about Putin. You may run into an accident. Is kind of the concern there, and we're not there yet. We're moving there in bits and pieces, but we're not there yet. That's why I dropped out of Bookface. Man, Facebook is wretched, but I don't need to get into that either. I do hope that history remembers Facebook as one of the more evil companies that has maybe ever existed is a little strong, but they have done no favors for freedom or Western democracy. That's for fucking sure. Look at this cool mech, though. Damn. I like how through this, like, mystical power, every race just builds giant-ass robots to try to beat demons up with. I love it. Where's this? There you are. I just downloaded my data on me onto Google, and it was like 350 gigabytes, and that's what they want to show me. I wonder what they have on me they don't want to show me. Huh. How many lives can you stack in this game? Is there a limit? I don't think so. There's an achievement for beating extra life mode with 10 extra lives, so... Oh shit, it was behind me. Fuck me. Stupid! Oh, that was dumb as hell. No, Mercedes, I'm done. I'm not gonna be doing that much longer. Also, how you doing? Oh, sorry, Mercy. I briefly forgot your secret double name. It's been a while. How you been? Do you have a ruler for your chat? You mean like a mod? It's mostly me. Which I kind of like. I feel like until chat gets so big and moves too fast that I just can't track it anymore, then I'll start to put in more mods. What's up, Rhino Banana? Hello. Yeah, I try to get people's names right. The mechs were designed by Ugo Artinum. Oh boy, I haven't even gotten there in the lore. That's exciting. God, this map is so sick. Yes, Slayer Gate. Yes! Actually, don't say anything I don't want recorded with a device with a microphone in the room. Yeah, it's, yeah, I mean, yeah. I would be more worried about it, but, I'm not, you know, I'm not an insurgent. I'm not a big mover or player. I'm just scraping out an existence, you know. I don't think anyone gives a shit about what I say. Oh, making a joke because Pacific Rim. Oh, did I miss a reference? Back into the goo pits. The new maps are so much easier to use. Yeah, I don't know. I never really had an issue with 2016's maps. I thought those were pretty functional. That's just me though. I did hear other people that did have issue with them, so clearly it didn't work for everybody. You have rules for your chat. Pretty much just try to be chill. I try to keep it pretty rule light because I feel it's more important to just like it's more the intent of what is said and how people behave than what they actually do. Fuck. Everyone, I would say if you're curious about it or if you're not sure if you had what the then just maybe lurk for a little bit. Yeah, I mean there is a rules section that I wrote up, but it's largely pretty light. God, this part sucks. I'm gonna have to be really careful here. Oh yeah, there's a whole fight. Huh. I guess basically the goal is to get out of the purple goo as fast as possible. Jeez. Yeah, I'm burning through my lives very quickly. They drop off fast, it turns out. Which again, Ultra Nightmare, no lives. Imagine that shit. Getting this far and just bap, you're out. That's it. That is it. Guy V 2020. Thanks for the resub. Oh, Hugo Martin worked on Pacific Rim the mechs. Gotcha. Yes, I forgot about that. Yeah. Man. Hugo Martin's a cool dude. Those gargoyles. I go, sorry. You dropped a huge ass sub bomb in the middle of me murdering demons, but I really appreciate it. Thank you for expanding the ranks of the law dogs. God, why are you gonna do a thing like this? You're gonna hit me with this shit while I can't jump. Fuck. Shit. Can you beat the game in less than 4 hours? Speedrunners might, if they can, like, break out of the level's geometry, but I certainly can't. Thoughts on Neo 2? I only played the demo, but it seemed really, really fun. I'd like to play more of it. Yeah, I've seen your name pop up sometimes. And I mean, it's a great name, very evocative. Ago. I found the hard way that saving lives ruined is a necessity on difficulties like this, especially if you didn't play Doom since 2016. Yeah, does that reset every level? The saving throw rune in 2016 reset on death. Plan to play the RE3 demo on stream? Ooh. Yeah, actually, I want to reinstall too, because I want to play through the Survivor stories. Man, this is it. The deluge of games has begun, and I'm worried. I'm worried that, how am I going to finish Witcher now? I mean, I still got plenty of time. Cyberpunk is really the timer there, so. Is the Resident Evil 3 demo out? It is, isn't it? On PC? Remove shirt. It's off. Okay, it's out. Damn. So many. I'm being a bad streamer boy. I'm not hitting things like the second they're launched. It was a busy week. I gotta do some catch up. Man, I'm excited. There's just so many games to play. And now I got some projects off my plate. Should have a good chunky day of streaming. Damn it! Oh wait, I haven't gone over there yet. There's a 1-up. I'm gonna need that shit. I think Corona's gonna push back Cyberpunk. I hope not. I don't really have any inside information on that though. I mean, Stephanie works for CDPR now, and they're still trying to make it work. She's been taking a lot of calls from home, which is interesting. We're both working out of the home now, which means I She will have confidential calls that I'm not... I gotta make sure that I don't accidentally spill out to the internet, or be on a call myself. So we're all cross-talking and stuff. Yeah, it's interesting. We're all trying to adapt and make it work. Do you think you will get a boost from coronavirus because everyone is at home? You know, Green Warbler, I don't know. I mean, certainly there's a very inordinate amount of people watching now, which, let me throw a thank you to all you guys. I really appreciate you guys hanging out with me. But, yeah. As far as, like, I imagine, to a large degree, Twitch will probably get a lift, and, like, content consumption will get a lift. Only deriving that because, like, during summer break and holiday break, YouTube performance typically would get much higher because people were at home watching stuff to pass the time, maybe to hide away from their family and stuff like that. So I think Twitch as a platform will get a lift just based on viewership. The trick is going to be whether or not that is if people feel like spending money. So on YouTube, like, watching ads is monetization to some degree. That is on Twitch too, but on Twitch, largely, you're just appealing to people for direct monetization, and if they don't have jobs and they're out of work, they're not going to be spending money on a streamer e-boy playing a video game. Theoretically, maybe they will. Who knows? We'll see. But it's an interesting question, and I don't know that it has a simple answer. Also, like, even if on YouTube, if companies get spooked and they stop buying ads, then the monetization of YouTube videos goes down, and then viewership may go up, but that doesn't mean that there's more money in the system, you know? So we'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out. I have kind of repeatedly said I'm not super in this for, like, huge financial gain, as much as it, you know, I want to do well at everything I do, and I want to steal all your money, and I will. I promise you that. I'll take it all. Having fun with the game? Oh yeah, absolutely. Thanks for streaming. I've been exposed through a client, and I won't know for another 3 days since I've been tested. Oh, I just touched my face. Also, I'm out of work because of it. God, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I've been trying to keep that in mind. Like that there are people who are having a real rough time out there right now. When are you gonna admit you're a streamer? Give me a couple more months. I'll get there. I feel like the moment I become a streamer is when I actively try to monetize more than I am. I guess I've done promoted streams and stuff, so never mind. Say something negative that needs improvement about the new Doom. The platforming can be a little chunky. Platforming can be not great. Oh, that's the Doom Fortress. Right? That's it. Okay. So it was one of the Argent like spaceships? Cool. I was really curious about where that came from. How did he find it? There's this whole gap between 2016 and Eternal that I'm hoping the lore will fill out. With machine and enchantment of the makers, the Argenta brought our newfound clarity to the desperate realms of the Empyrean Void. Empyrean, huh? We took flight with the support of our gods, spreading the enlightened word of the Khan Maker. We discovered that there was not one enemy, but many. Worlds and people unknown to the Argenta were unveiled, and we saw our own suffering reflected in their eyes. Our righteous army strode into battle under the banner of the Night Sentinels and fought for the freedom of all peoples from the grasp of those who would exploit and prey upon them. Though we battled on soil not our own, the blood we shed in foreign lands safeguarded Argentinur and the sons and daughters that defended it. Through the strange peoples we liberated, new alliances were formed and our beliefs became their own. Our armies swelled. As the Argenta traversed the stars with gleaming war fleets, the Khan of the Makers approached King Roan on his throne. He sensed his god restless by her disquiet manner. The king and Khan spoke, and the Khan revealed that she had foreseen a schism in the blood of the Argenta. A test would be required to identify its host among us. She spoke of a holy rite to be performed on the strongest of our warriors. Only those that proved worthy would be tested, for the impurity could reside in only the most resilient of our legion. The divinity machine, a great tribute by Maker Scholaris, would help us to cleanse any impurities from our flock, ensuring our continued prosperity in this world and the Maker realm that awaited in the afterlife. The malicious one, if not exhumed from our ranks, would jeopardize our safe passage to the heavenly realm of Urdak. I'm assuming they're referring to the Doomslayer. They're like, oh shit, okay, somebody's coming, you're gonna have to find him and get rid of him. I don't think it worked though. The Dark One was not amongst them yet, nor would he be for many generations. Only the Mother God, through divination and Maker's sight, would determine when he stood before them. The Makers were truth, and only their unclouded eyes could find the one who was marked with the mark of the Doomslayer. Right? The prophecy of the Unholy One was written, but though the ages of the warning grew faint, until only the Maker Khan herself and the High Priest of the Order Daig still whispered of he that would one day come to threaten their way of light. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So yeah, it looks like Doomslayer has taken one of the Argentine spaceships. That also looks like a flying castle, because of course it does. This game's ridiculous. Sick. It's interesting that you can pick up Mega Health even if you're full. The Makers are the High Prophets and Doomguy the Arbiter. Sort of. I don't think I disagree with that. I think the thing that is probably obvious if you know any pulpy storylines is that the Makers are sort of grooming the Sentinels to be fodder, to be like harvested. Kind of like what's going on with humanity right now. Mouse and keyboard support on Xbox. This is not supported. Not really? Oh, that's a bummer. God! Damn, man, the momentum in this game is pretty wacky. I thought the 1-up was over here. It's not on the map. Where was that thing? Oh, maybe it's over here. Over one of the falling platforms. You're wearing the unicorn skin? I am. Indeed I am. The most legitimate, scariest Doomslayer thing. Yo. Fuck. Is Doom lore or Dark Souls lore better? I'm not super familiar with Dark Souls lore, but courtesy of many lore scholars in chat, I got a brief window into it when I did the 24-hour stream a while ago, and I gotta admit, Dark Souls lore is pretty sick. So it's hard to say. I mean, I'm still learning about, still learning all the ins and outs of Eternal's lore. Oh boy. Yep, no, I will do the challenge, don't worry. This one is rough because you don't have all the guns. Like, you don't have all your tools yet, so to some degree, it is kind of expected that you come back later, but I will try my best. Let's go! Fuck. God, I already got hit. So, like, these guys don't really matter all that much. Fuck. Where are the big boys? Fuck. Just back over here? Alright. Okay. Oh, that uses... Ah! Didn't even let me land! Oh, okay, that's why. Shit. Where am I? Okay. What? Okay. I'll be over here. That's fine. Fuck. Fuck! Shit! Shit! Ah. You know what I mean? They get behind your ass. Fuck! This guy up there already. Where's my dad? Oh! No, I'm not close enough. There. Please pick up the health. Okay. Ah! Shit, I thought I was gonna hit that. Okay, I lost a life, but got through it, I guess. Oh, no, not yet. Somebody behind me! Jeez. Is everyone else just day drinking? Too broke for day drinking. Ah, sigh. Man, if things are that bad, hey, DM me. What the hell? Well, it's kind of stuck there, huh? Ah, whatever. There's no time to stop and think. Hey, what's the story here? Because everything is coming at you. Yeah. No, fights are not the time for lore. I mean, I take that back. Everything is the time for lore. Also, I want to read up on this guy. Oh, it's Lost Souls. I forgot about this. Ice Bomb will instantly kill a Lost Soul? Alright. Oh, hey, Velocibleka. Have a good time at D&D. Yeah, we're going to get $1,000 checks, baby. That'll buy a lot of Natty Light. It's reminding me of Quake levels. It's definitely going more to that vibe, for sure. The Lost Soul has its origin among the damned, former humans who have fallen from the mortal world, doomed to an unliving eternity as sin-branded slaves of hell. The damned are seemingly endless in number, their populations growing by the thousands with each rise of the Black Sun. What the hell's the Black Sun? Mind over matter. Thanks for the resub, man. Oh, 1,200 bucks? Yeah. I feel like... Well, I guess time will tell how thoroughly botched everything is, with, in America at least. Stop it. But if there's one thing I know about people, it's that if they get a little bit of money, they'll be happy with everything. So all of the missteps of the administration and stuff like that will all be totally forgotten come November and election time if people just get a small check of play money they can just get invented out of nowhere. It's the sun shadow, bro. Yeah, we'll see. We ain't gonna get shit. Look up next time you're outside. Oh, okay, I'll do that. For many, the torturous existence of the crushing slave labor is all that awaits. The bodies of the damned are brittle, and those who become broken in labor, their bodies ruined, dismembered, or otherwise incapable of servitude, are transported to the pits where their souls must be extracted for further use. Those fortunate enough to escape this process are what inevitably become lost souls, their spirits transmogrified into physical form. The lost soul knows only madness, its memory a haunting image of its former mortal life. These creatures live a fleeting existence, roaming mindlessly, seeking only that which can grant them a final death. Well, luckily it's me. Alright, let's see this Black Sun. Oh, I guess I can't. What the hell? There's just a thing floating up there? I'm drinking vermouth, and it tastes better the further down the glass you get. You're just drinking a tall glass of vermouth? I guess it's not that dissimilar from, like, sake. Yeah, sorry, Alrock. I mean, if it helps, I've been washing my hands incessantly. Which actually, like, my hands are starting to get cracked and dry because of it, but... I'm not doing it on purpose, man. I'm trying to train myself out of it by touching my face. If I know one thing, in these times of need...
Betrayer's life signal is nearby.
People, oh man, when they talked about the betrayer, I was like, eee! We get to meet the betrayer. If there's one thing we all need in these difficult times, it's to look to our celebrities, aka me, to teach you what to do and how to do it. So, I am failing in my charge as one of the chosen one to set a proper example. Is there something up there? Oh, I guess you can get maybe back up to it from there. Oh, Jesus, Django, you've had a bad cough and 102 fever for the last few days? Yeah, seek treatment, or at least a test. Are you in the United States? Because if that's the case, then both those things might be difficult to find.
There's artillery everywhere.
When will your cover of Imagine came out? I already saw how that went, so I'm going to be...
Or to leave me here.
I'm going to be chilling.
I belong.
Not dabble in that.
Saving your people will not bring you peace. Only make the burden you carry worse. And now you seek to defy the Khan Maker herself. It is your people's time now to give penance, just as it was mine. Hear me, Slayer. When his heart is laid to rest, then his soul will be at peace.
So...
And so will mine.
Pretty sure he's referring to the Icon of Sin, his son. Who was used as leverage to get the betrayer to, well, betray. Jesus. Look at this fucking rad mech suit, though. It's got horns and a glowing visor and shit. I guess that was the betrayer's battle suit. So I guess in some way you could probably interpret that the Praetor suit is just a... like what they wear normally. It's just a miniaturized version of their, like, mechanical armor. How many E-bucks was that armor? None. I just had to give Bethesda all of my Amazon shopping information. What did he toss at you? Great question. I don't know. Does the betrayer know what happened to his son's soul then? It seems like it, yeah. They talk about how the demons delighted in corrupting his son's soul and turning him into the Icon of Sin. Might be addressed here, the betrayer. There's our boy. After years of prolonged war against the demonic threat invading their world, Argentinur launched an offensive strike across dimensions, sending their greatest warriors into the heart of hell itself. Yeah, that's what they, I think, referenced in a previous lore entry about how Degrav tricked them into sending the Doomslayer and their best Night Sentinels to go take out the Hellforge, but it was a trap. Just read an article about how some people are selling fake sanitizer in India for twice the money. Damn, that sucks. God. Yeah. I try not to go out of my way to see the darker parts of how people can act when we're in situations like this, because it doesn't really do much for me aside from bum me out. try to do good and try to just like not get torn up about the things I can't control. Despite their training and their preparedness, their honor was undone by deceit. Betrayal at the highest levels of command left Argentinur's bravest warriors cut off and scattered in the hellscape. But of these last remaining Night Sentinels, only one remained in hell by choice. Betrayer of the Argenta. It was Commander Valen who relinquished the keys to the elemental sepulchre in return for his son's resurrection. Haunted by demonic visions, the image of his son's tortured existence plagued him without relent, the whispers of demons pushing him towards madness. In a moment of weakness, he fell prey to the demon's trickery, sealing the fate of Argentinur and dooming the kingdom to which he swore a lifelong oath to protect. Valen chose exile in the hellscape for his sacrilege. There you go. I guess that's better than dying, because then you're going to give your soul over to them, and then they get your, like, soul power. So there is a platform like around here. I mean, I can land on it, but it doesn't seem like... I don't see any walls with cracks. Oh! Yay! Look at him! Worth. Big worth. Somebody said there's a secret on the floor of the lava? Are you referring to, like, the Easter egg where you do the Terminator thumb? Or is there actually a... Oh, wait. There's no, like, mapped floor down there. I'll kill the betrayer. I don't think you can. Mando? How's everybody saying Mando? What's going on? I don't see anything down there. Hand sanitizer's just rubbing alcohol and aloe vera gel. Yeah, there's been some homespun wisdom about how to create your own sanitizer. Influence my energy drink purposes? Oh, I will. Or purchases, excuse me. I absolutely will. Don't worry about that. Oh, that reminds me. I got. Speaking of energy drinks, it might be time for your boy to get on board with G Fuel. I had to do some redlining on a contract they sent over because I have particulars about like how I want to carry brands and what I want to do and what I want to say and what I feel comfortable asking of you guys. So most of whatever sponsorships I agreed to is like is just put it in front of people, and if they want it, they can get it. But beyond that, I'm not going to obligate myself to like moving a certain number of units or even like talking points that I have to hit. The secret in the lava is at the very edge of the map, near the temporary platforms on the backside of an island you can't see from above. Jesus Christ! All right. So can I land on that? Let's find out. No, there's an invisible wall. Great. I mean, it seems like the kill plane is well above, unless... I'm already on the G Fuel train, so if you have a code and flavor, I'll use it. Yeah, they did mention something about a referral code, so once that pops up, thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. Truly, I do. Ideally, it's the sort of thing where, like, if you're curious to try it, or if you're gonna buy it anyway, missed my jump and ran through the lava by accident, but you can't run through the lava. Am I looking in the right spot here? It's a yellow lava on the map as well, if that helps. Oh, you mean back here? Oh, Jesus. Okay, so it's coming up. Or do you mean over here? Left or right, now that I'm looking at it? Think it's in a different area? Okay. Left. Okay, so it's over here. It's the left one. All right. Did you ever play and finish Control? Yes. Just started it, man. That game is trippy. Control is fantastic. Absolutely delightful. Loved that game. I'm excited for DLC. Clap, 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 clap. I don't know, the way he climbs actually pretty satisfying. There's really scrambling in there. You have all the items? Oh, you're right. Oh, so it's just like a mega health or something? I mean, I can get this armor. Oh, they gave me my double jump back. So what, like, out here? You have to just run through there? This map reminds me of Metroid Prime. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I guess there's blue light down there, but... there isn't any lore you're missing? It's a good point. Yeah. Washing your hands with soap is the best way to kill coronavirus since they're constructed at cellular levels. Yeah. C-Bent. I finally saw that, like, was it like a Vox video where they really dig into how soap can break down the, like, fatty layer of the cell and kind of pull it apart. Alright, not that way. It's got original Doom graphics, but I don't remember which island. It was just passing on the disappearing platforms. Huh. Oh, so there is a classic Doom room? I want that. Where do I find it though? To your right from the second falling platform. Alright, let me start over then. Wait, I went out that way. You mean like over here? Hold on a second. Okay, so from here to the right. That's what we're saying? I think it's behind you now. See you, Mercy. Sleep well? God damn it. Oh, okay, I think I see what you're... Yep. Ah! Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm not sure what that's all about, but there it is. Yeah, there's like some original Doom thingies. That's cute. I like how they show you this, and then there's like the exact recreation of it. What kind of content do you have coming down the pipeline other than streaming? Well, let's see here. There was something that has kind of fallen apart because of Corona. There was a project that involved quite a bit of travel that I was working on with another company, but that is on hold for now. The desire is still to make the thing, but we're gonna have to wait until people can actually travel to other countries again. So that's kind of on hold. There's a couple of other things. There's a writing project that I'm doing right now. It's kind of going under iterations and drafts and stuff. That'll be coming out in April. It's currently the idea. And when it comes out, I'll be able to say like, hey, I did this. But for now, I got to be a little secretive about it. Apart from that, there were some other things that again have all gotten sidelined because now nobody knows what's going on. Was talking to some like TV networks with a couple of pitches. That has kind of definitely changed shape. So yeah, everything's just kind of unknown right now. When is the vape trick shot stream you were alluding to? Remind me what that is. Streams I got coming up that might be a little off kilter. Sonic 06, which I might do when I hit 100,000 followers. Actually, really close to that. Because people hit a sub goal when I did when I played Dark Souls for 24 hours, which was amazing. I want to like eat a ridiculous amount of editables and just play Dreams and just sort of ramble about the dreams.
Point has been identified. I will mark its location on your HUD.
That's not like high concept or anything. That's just a dumb idiot time. Yeah, working on Fast and Furious 9. The shooting schedule there is pretty wild. Oh Jesus. Cool. Got to finish reading Batman Forever, and then after that, probably moving on to maybe a Doom novel or some like screenplays, which would be fun. Ah, my dash didn't regen. I keep forgetting. I'm kind of used to you can get a Praetor suit upgrade that makes your dash recover faster, which is pretty important. God damn it! That's the other weird thing. When you okay, so this is something new in Eternal that takes a long time to get used to. When you run off a ledge, you drop straight down. You don't coast off. You go boop, which is actually, once you're used to it, it's actually pretty great because then you have pretty precise oh no, that didn't work. What the fuck? Sometimes you just hit the ledge and drop. Sometimes you flow off, and I don't quite know what the difference is. Read Dune? So I can't just read books, even though that's what I'm doing right now. It's not okay via copyright to just read a book. I'm only doing it for Batman Forever because I'm, in my wisdom, judging that anyone who owns the copyright is not paying attention. Which is kind of how you have to go by with all that stuff. All that stuff exists by the grace of ignorance of people who actually own the thing, so... I imagine with the movie and stuff, people wouldn't be too chill about Dune, and to a degree that is pressing my luck much more than I would like to. That was weird. How was that delayed? Shit! Oh yeah, this is the fight where I kept falling off when I was extremely drunk. Fuck. Fuck. No. Shit. Shit! Right into the fucking lava again. God. Ah. Shit. Alright, well, we're doing this now. Shit. Ah. Where are you? Damn it. No! Whew. Yeah, no, yeah. Shit, I was like, after the cutscene, they have to reset my position, right? So yeah, games are okay with it mostly because they weren't paying attention. Like Let's Plays and online streaming and all that stuff sort of hit before companies really had the proper chance to move or talk with YouTube or Twitch to set up really proper copyright enforcement. So also, yes, theoretically, a player's movements and actions in the game and commentary is transformative enough to qualify for the protections of fair use. I tend to think that if you really examine the quantum of effort involved with creating a Let's Play, that by far the vast majority of the effort is on the developer's side. Also, people, while it is true that a lot of people will watch Let's Plays because of who's doing them, I guess the real question is, like, why are people coming to the game? And you can look at my viewer count now and know that, like, Doom has a factor. It's also an advertisement, sort of, yes. That is immaterial. when it comes to like whether or not it's protected under copyright, the fact that it's an advertisement doesn't matter. I know that a lot of people throw that around as like, well, game companies should like it. Again, I'm talking about legal. It doesn't matter. It's interesting to try to dissect it. I think if things had gone differently, there could definitely be made a case that Let's Plays are not transformative enough. And certainly I think some companies have tried to push it back in that direction to pretty uproarious and justified anger. That said, somebody reading an audiobook in no way is transformative enough, because without the book, what would they be doing? Remember when Sony tried to copyright Let's Play? Jeez. I actually don't remember that, but kind of makes sense. I mean, why not? He who dares, right? They shot their shot. Oh, Haggis, I don't mind. You're talking about the melee default being weak as hell. Yeah, I think they're doing it to try and keep you a little bit honest, is what it seems like. Doom level! As a creator, is it more enjoyable to make premium content or streams and gameplays? I mean, premium content is more enjoyable. I think it's a different kind of challenge, and it lets you sort of try to perform in different ways and a different sort of vibe, but it is unsustainable. Unsustainable. Arizona Circle only existed because of the grace of Rooster Teeth, and because they kind of promised us that we would get to make it if we hit certain goals for them. So they really had no choice but to say yes, and they had already greenlit a lot of unsustainable productions at that point. So yeah, that was an interesting process. Okay, I gotta take a. Oh, what about a highly modded Let's Play? Well, then you're deriving mods from the community, and I guess that gets really messy. I mean, like, remix culture has gone through this too, with like Girl Talk and Daft Punk, about like how do you have to use a sample to make it be a new song? And what was it? There were lawsuits about this in the early '90s. Because hip-hop culture obviously likes to sample music a lot like that, so. Okay, I've got to eat something, because I haven't eaten a lot today. I've had 3 hard-boiled eggs and that's it, and some coffee, so. Trying to get lean, but that means I still gotta put stuff in my body, so I'll be back in a little bit, after I have a snack, and we'll be back on Nightmare. You know where the challenge room key in the next level is? I can't find it for the life of me. Well, Nutbuster, I guess we'll find out. I did find all of the keys in my previous playthrough, so. Oh yeah, Ice Baby and Under Pressure? I thought so. Yeah. How do you feel about the sound design? Everything is so meaty and crunchy. It's beautiful. I really, really like it. The kind of... everything is so... There's no subtlety in any of the sound design, which I appreciate is now more of a functional thing than a stylistic thing. You have to know when your dashes come back. You have to know when your grenades are back. You have to know when your flame belch is back. So I get that, but man, the killing animations and the killing sound effects are somehow even better than Doom 2016. Okay, break. I want to say 10 to 15 minutes, and I'll be right back with Doom. And then found my town in Animal Crossing, and then I'll show you guys this massive monster. Actually, let me switch to Apology Cam for a second. This honkin' chonker. Uh-oh, the sticker's already coming up. Damn it. I got my Beatmania 2DX controllers in. So, and again, I feel bad if you guys... I don't mean to flaunt my wealth. I actually have been wanting to buy this for a long time. But I finally got Beatmania Infinitas set up. So, I tried it out last night. Had to do some tweaks to get the audio lag fixed, but... So that's going to be tonight. I'm going to put on some DJ sets for you guys. And I just got to rearrange my desk a little bit. So you guys will hear all kinds of electronic bleepy bloops pretty soon. It's Daryl? What? I guess, yeah, that does kind of look like Daryl. Huh. All right. Yes. The world's premiere Come Wave DJ. All right. See you guys in a little bit. Gotta go eat.